Welcome back to the Supercar Connection podcast. Back in the stew, as you said.
Back in the stew.
At one point where I was like, I need to own this car before I'm 25. And it was $1 million watch at one point. Today they're like 425,000.
This episode is brought to you by Quality Collision Group.
After an accident, it's not just your car's the only thing that gets thrown off track. It's your routine, your momentum, and your focus.
That's why I recommend taking your vehicle to a Quality Collision Group owned shop. Their OEM certified shops use the exact part numbers and repair standards your car was built with.
No shortcuts, no guesswork, just confidence restored when it matters most. Trust in the repairs.
Find your quality approved shop today.
We're back here at MPH Club again. Huge shout out to Lee for letting us shoot into space. We got two 812s. I'm sitting here with my boy Neel.
What's up, brother? Joe.
Looking forward to talking a lot of shit. Tell us, Neel. Tell us the story, how you got started and everything.
Well, I honestly grew up around watches and jewelry my whole life. My dad was an authorized dealer, which a lot of people say, oh, Neel, like I read the comments. I try not to.
You can't, bro. You can't.
It's hard to avoid, but staying busy helps for
Right.
sure. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people say I just took over my dad's business. It's very false. I want to address that first. He's an authorized dealer. I'm gray market. He doesn't have
100%.
to authenticate watches. He doesn't have
Right.
to price them out, negotiate buying. Like he hits up a brand, yo, Panerai, I want these references. He gets a fixed discount. They come to a store brand new with box and papers, unfilled warranties. And it's simple. You're buying from the brand, you
Right.
know? It's a different game.
Multiple brands, too. He's an AD with multiple
Correct,
brands.
28 brands. And
Fuck me, that's not easy to do.
For real.
no, he built it. It took
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah.
But his business, he's not allowed to ship watches out. He has to sell locally. It's completely different. Me, I sell worldwide.
Right.
I buy worldwide. I authenticate my goods. I have to check. I check from the links being accurate. Like a Rolex root beer comes with 12 links on it. If it comes to me with 10, I got to talk to the client, negotiate further.
Right.
There's a lot more that goes into my end of the business, in my eyes. But
A lot more. You got to be just real good on your due diligences.
yeah, but growing up around it, bro, definitely helped. And then when I started, it did definitely help that I worked like kind of in proximity with my dad, because
Right.
like I never wanted to pay for watches before I received them and inspected them, because yeah, I could get shipped a super clone or whatever, you know.
Right.
But the fact that I was able to FaceTime people and be like, bro, I'm literally the Richard Mille boutique. Like you ain't gonna ship me the watch, okay? I don't want to do business with you. You know,
Right.
trust me or I don't care.
Right.
And I had trust off the rip, which is a big thing, and it really helped. But what happened was I was selling a lot of watches for my dad. He wasn't supposed to ship out of his territory, which is St. Martin and Aruba. But I started selling heavy to Hong Kong and Dubai for him, brands that he no longer has because I sold so much abroad, and
Right.
he got in trouble. We made a lot of money for it.
How did you get the clientele base if he was just doing everything local?
Instagram. He didn't know
Social
what
media,
he
sure.
literally did not know what the word Instagram was when I started working with him. And I only started working with him because I actually graduated 2018 from Drexel.
Okay.
I was going to work a real estate job in New York.
Okay.
Then Hurricane Irma happened.
Oh, shit.
It destroyed St. Martin.
Everything.
I'm kind of like, I grew up in St. Martin, you know, so I have friends who, like street friends, and I have
Yeah,
good
yeah.
friends.
Right,
So I was
100%.
like, yo, there was looting, there was like crime, it was bad, you know? Like the police weren't doing shit. Like everyone was watching over their own home. So I was like, I'm gonna go home and make sure my family's good. So I did that, and really like for a week there was crime, but after that it went away. But there was no business because the islands rely on tourism and cruise ships.
100%.
And the cruise ship terminal got destroyed by the hurricane. So I was like, Dad, you know what Instagram is? He's like, no, what's Instagram? And I made him an Instagram. I started posting like, you'd have to go to @Shiva's Jewelers to see this because it's the Instagram I made him. I started posting like photos with models and watches on the beach, like Caribbean vibes with watches.
Right.
And it kind of did well. It got to like, because I was the only guy in the Caribbean posting hype stuff like Richard Mille, AP.
In
Rolex,
2018.
2018.
Fuck yeah. So early
I
in
just
the
was
game.
trying, and honestly, like his whole staff would call me Instagram boy, like laugh at me, because I wasn't selling in the beginning. I was posting, taking these photos, and everyone's like, yo, this guy looks like a joker.
Bro, it takes a long fucking time
Yeah.
to build any kind of following, especially something to be able to buy this number of fucking watches and these price points.
Yeah.
It takes fucking a lot of time.
But I'd say within 3 months of it, I was at like 10K followers, but I was kind of crazy. Like I did 8 hours a day of like going to big watch pages and like following their followers and liking their stuff,
line.
like manually myself, commenting on their stuff. And like I would get people's attention. I'd make them look at my page. Usually when they looked at my page, if they're watch people, they'd follow, you know? And
Yeah.
it worked. Within 3 months, I'd say when I had the 10K followers, I was doing probably like $1 million in sales a month for my dad.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Which is more than anyone did in the store.
Right.
So they went from calling me Instagram boy to asking like, yo, how are you doing that?
Right.
You know? And eventually it got to the point where not only was I trying to sell my dad's stuff, like people were offering me, like, for example, stainless steel AP skeleton.
Right.
Someone would offer it to me, then a guy's asking me for it. So I was like, yo, why don't I try to sell something from outside my father?
Right.
I'll buy it without prepaying. I got to get it, inspect it, and then pay for it, and then get paid before I ship it. So the convincing for the first time was hard, but after the first time, you know, like you get the hang of it, and I started like running up numbers. I think, so I was making my dad a couple $100K a month at the time, and I was getting paid $3,000 a month fixed, no commission. He's like, yeah, why do you need commission? You're a family, you're part of the business.
Right.
You know, I got you an Audi S4. You live in my house. We have a cook. We have a maid. I'm like, yeah, I kind of see your point. I don't really need more money I'm taking care of, but I want to take care of myself. And I have bigger, like an S4 is cool, but I see my friend in Dubai who is selling me watches. He drives a 488, whatever. And I want that.
Right.
And I couldn't, in St. Martin, there's not one Ferrari. There's not one Lamborghini. The nicest car there is a G63.
Fuck.
And
Ain't bad.
it ain't bad. It ain't bad. I got one. Mine's nicer than the nicest one in St. Martin. I got Bravis. But, like, I just wanted more, you know? And I made, I think, my second month of trading outside of his inventory, I made like 10K, but it was in his bank account.
Right.
And that's when I was like, Dad, look, it's triple my income I just made you without touching your product. Like, I could teach people in your store how to do what I did for you so you don't lose the income. And I need to go start my own thing. And at first he took it really bad. Like, my family's got a big business, and he's like, why would you leave? Like, you think 10,000 a month is good?
Right.
That's baby numbers. Like, you're gonna come back to us. You're gonna come back begging to be back part of the family business. And if you leave now, you're selfish, and I'm not gonna take you back. And I was like, Dad, look, I gotta take the risk. Like, I got this. Trust me, I got this. I'm gonna make you proud. And actually, here's 25% equity for believing in me. And he gave me a loan.
Hell yeah.
Like, we worked it out. He gave me a $500,000 loan in 2019. That's when I moved to Miami. And with that 500,000, actually, when I started selling watches, I only bought really AP Skeleton and Patek 5980. I would just buy and sell 3 or 4 of them a week.
That's it?
That's it.
That was your Jump Alone starter kit watches.
Yeah, I mean, they were like 100K a
man.
pop at the time. Now they're like 200K a pop. They've appreciated, but like,
So you buy it for what and sell it for what at the
I
time?
probably was buying them for 95, selling them for 100. It would take me like 3-4 days to buy and sell each one. Doing like 2 a week, and I
Yeah.
started making like, my goal when I moved here was to make $1,000 profit a day. Now I'll be fucking underwater if I make that.
Right.
Like I have 20 people on payroll. I have 4 properties here, mortgages. I got 15 cars now. I actually only finance 2, thank God. I don't have a lot of payments.
That's amazing.
But yeah. And the stock is worth, I want to say $30 million today.
The whole inventory we got.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
Just crazy to start with those watches. Most of these people that fucking have their bread and butters are these fucking Submariners and everything.
Omega, this, that,
Yeah.
me.
You're talking about big players in the game. They still make their meat and bones on
Yeah,
those type of
Rolex,
deals.
which
Yeah.
is why my stock, it's not like stock you're going to see anywhere in this country.
It's exclusive.
It's exclusive. You can go to Dubai and there's one guy who has stock that's above mine. But really today I think I got the best watch stock in the nation at 28 years old, and I did this from a loan. I paid back the loan. Like, there's no investment in me.
Right.
I don't owe anyone money.
Hell yeah.
And it feels fucking amazing.
What are some of the highlights of the collection? Some shit that
I mean,
freak people out.
we usually when we buy the most expensive watch I have today in stock, it's a Patek Celestial Calendar Platinum with factory diamonds. It's a $750,000 watch, but really, it's not that expensive. Like, sometimes we have $2 million watch, but stuff are usually very quick in and out. I do, for the last 4 years now, over 9 digits in revenue annually.
It's awesome.
And my stock's worth 30, so basically I'm turning my stock 3 to 4 times a year. So yeah, I mean, things sell and we buy every day.
My thing would be, how often are you sourcing versus selling your inventory?
I prefer to just sell inventory. Firstly, it's better for you because when I buy something for stock, I bought it really sharp. Secondly, I already put money there. You know, I rather use the money that's already out than put out more money.
Right.
Liquidity is like, I have so much cash flow in and out every day, and yeah, I just prefer to sell stock. It's better, of course.
Always.
Yeah.
What's your
It's
craziest?
better for both, like I said.
100%.
Yeah.
When did the love for the fucking cars happen?
Bro, I rented a 488 in Dubai on my 18th birthday, and at the time, like I told you, my salary was 3,000. I graduated. It's at no, it's not 18th birthday. It was my 21st birthday. I'm sorry. So I told you my salary was $3,000 a month, and I really did not save shit. You know, I went to Dubai in the summer of my birthday and to visit my grandparents, and I rented a 488 Spider. At the time, that was like an SF90 Spider. Back then, cost me I think $2,500 for the day, if I'm not wrong, maybe $2,300, something like that. And my dad was like, it was my birthday, you know. I was like, Dad, can you rent this for me for my birthday?
Right.
He's like, I'll pay half. So I put like a third of my net worth into renting this car for the day, you know. But it was so fucking worth it.
Right.
And it inspired and drove me to a point where I was like, I need to own this car before I'm 25. And I think I owned it when I was 22, the next year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's literally the fucking recipe for shit. If you want any type of motivation, just rent one of these things for one day, and you'll never be able to fucking go back.
Yeah. I mean, I was on the highway, and I was like dropping my top while I'm moving, and everyone's looking at the car, and I was like, yo, this shit feels gangster. Like, I need it.
Dubai back then was fucking still ridiculous with the car scene.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It was
Yeah.
still like
More than now, I think. Because now, I don't even know if Miami or Dubai got a better car scene, bro. I swear. Like, I go a lot to Dubai. And like Miami, it's starting to feel the same.
Same
You see
shit.
a lot of nice cars.
Fuck. That's fucking ridiculous.
It's gotten. You feel like it's that level, just because there's so many Bugattis and stuff.
Bro,
Here
I
pulling
think
out.
so because all the rich of the country are moving here, and like they're driving their stuff. It's I want to say it's one of the safest poppin' cities in the States right now. You know, like LA is not that safe to wear watches. Neither is New York, from what I hear. I don't know. You guys would know better.
LA's not.
yeah.
LA's not.
Yes, I've had clients get robbed there, like recently Jack Doherty, and I think Miami is a good place to show, you know, spread your wings and fly and do what you want to do, and you see it. People got money here.
Yeah.
Some people don't got money and they show it, but whatever. There's a lot of cars on the street now compared to when I moved here.
How many more of those people are there?
Dude, I've had like literally like clients come in to buy a Richard Mille and they don't know how to send the wire, and I send the wire and I see their bank account and they're spending $99K when they have 103 in their account, like crazy shit, you know?
I can't fucking imagine that, bro. And what, they think that Richard's gonna drive a certain amount of
Well,
things for them?
yeah,
everything else
yeah,
between-
exactly.
That's all
It's
it
a
is.
business investment for them.
Does it work out, or how long before they're selling it back to you?
Usually people like that will come sell it back to me after a couple months, buy something cheaper, because now they're used to this image of the watch on their wrist, and this is good for me, bro. I buy it back cheaper.
Exactly.
Sell them something else. I make profit on both.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like, I'm not saying it in a douche way.
No, for sure.
Most dealers make much more money per watch than I do. I work on like 5 to 8% margins.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm volume, bro. Like I'm selling 300K a day. I'm good with my 8%.
Right.
Right.
You know?
That's where you need to be. At the end of the day, we're in the business of selling watches, and the business of selling cars, and doing everything in between. Volume is the way to go.
Yeah. Also, I never want you to wear a watch from me and tell you. Your friends are going to ask you if they're watch people. Hey, how much you get it for, bro? Like, where'd you get it? They want to know, you know?
Right.
I don't want anyone to ever say to you, yo, you got fucked. Like,
By that.
I want your friend to be like, damn, plug me with that guy.
Right. You got a
know?
good deal. You got everything. Yeah. How do you capitalize, and how do you get the opportunity to get a watch at such a great deal where you can offer it back to retail and they're still in it at a great price?
Because I've built up a reputation and a social media following where, like, without trying now, people are just DMing me, asking to buy, asking to sell. They trust me. They know I'm not gonna scam them. That's hard to find, you know. You gotta really buy your dealer besides buying the watch, or sell to your dealer that you trust, rather than just because someone may offer you more, but you don't know if they're gonna pay you. You don't know if when they get the watch they're gonna be like, damn, I'm kind of tight right now. I need like 3 weeks. Like, that's bullshit, bro.
Right.
If I make you an offer, I got money ready, bro. Otherwise,
go.
I'm saying like I can't buy that right now.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even open my fucking mouth. I'm
Correct.
in a position to do all that shit. Fucking ridiculous.
You got any crazy customer stories? Something that just
So
comes
many,
to mind?
bro.
I'm sure there's so many. What really stands out is like one of the craziest customer stories that you've run into, positive and negative?
I mean, there's so many.
You can't even pick one.
No, I can't pick one. I mean, recently, like Togi, a YouTuber, he's from Cali.
Mm-hmm.
He makes like a couple $100K a month now, but he came from nothing. You know, like the dude was worth like $3,000, like where I started. But I'm talking like less than a year ago.
Right.
Now the dude's worth $4 million. He recently just bought Steve a Richard Mille as a gift. Like that was a crazy moment to me, just seeing a kid who made all his money in the last 3 months spend such a big amount on a friend. Those are the most special moments to me when it's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to see it being given. I get to see the reaction. And yeah, those are my most favorite moments. There's many of those moments.
Yeah.
What was your
Recently,
Go ahead.
well, actually, I don't even want to talk about this.
We'll do it off camera. We'll do it off camera. What was your craziest, your hardest lesson you learned early on in the business?
Not to trust. Not to trust. I used to like, if I like you, Joe, you're in my office, it's Saturday, you can't send a wire. You want my root beer full gold, you want a full gold root beer, I would give it to you. Because I call Liram and Liram says Joe's a good guy.
Right.
And a lot of times I got fucked and I lost 7 digits, deep in the 7 digits, trusting people. And now I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you're Drake. Pay me and take my watch.
Right. That's
Yeah.
it. No ifs, ands, or buts.
No.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
You want the watch? You got the money? You got the money? Send me the money and you can take
You
it.
can take the shit.
And like you can ask 100 mutual followers about me before you do so.
It's easier to repo a car than repo a
You
watch.
can't repo a watch. It's a civil matter. It's not a criminal matter. As long as you tell me that you're going to pay me, it's not criminal because you didn't steal it. You're paying me. It's civil. It's stupid.
Interesting.
That's the fucking dumbest shit I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
you can't. I can't sue you if you didn't pay me. It's horrible.
You probably could in California.
Unless you say I'm not gonna pay you, Neel. Then it's different.
Yeah. I guess it'd be the other way around.
In a sense,
California would be like, hey, they said they're going to pay. You
In
think
some-
Florida would be like, you can grab a gun and go get your watch if you want.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Dude.
Do you think there ever be something in place to help that, like contracts and everything like between?
It's weird because they say like unless it was taken from you by force, you gave it to them willingly. So
Right.
it's civil. I don't know. That's the current rule.
Right.
I've been through it
Some bullshit.
and I fucking hate it. But it taught me that, you know what, like it's not the end of the world if you gotta tell someone like it ain't about trust, it's company policy. I'll give you the watch when I get paid. Simple as that, you know.
What's your favorite watch?
My favorite watch is the AP Rainbow Open Worked Frosted. I like
fucking choice, dog. That's such a fire.
I like the white gold version the best. I actually own it now. I'm lucky enough to own it.
Yeah.
And we have like 3 in stock too. Yeah, it was $1 million watch at one point. Today they're like 425,000, I want to say.
Wow.
So I waited. I bought it like I'm waiting on the Revuelto.
Yeah.
I try to buy my personal stuff as good as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought this pretty cheap.
Where'd you get this at?
315,
How many miles?
10,000,
What year?
2018.
It's not bad.
Right?
Oh yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad. You're in it pretty
Yeah,
solid.
I think the car I did the worst on probably my SF90.
I feel like
That was easy to
Did
do
you get it
bad
really
on.
early on?
No, I bought it this year, but it was like I wasn't thinking of buying a car.
I feel you.
My friend sent me a picture. I saw the interior and I was like red's my favorite color, and I was like, this red, everything, roof, dash, seats, you know, like paint.
That drip shit is.
Yeah, and carbon, red and carbon. I had the carbon wheels, and I was like, gotta get it.
It was over.
It was $500 I paid. I think I'm probably negative 50 on it because it's a 23.
Those cars are weird though, man. That market, the SF90 market's fucking weird. I
Yeah.
don't even know if they've kind of bottomed out at this like weird 400, low 4 range.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that's where they'll settle, like high 3 to low 4.
It's fucking crazy though when those cars started. They're fucking
Mill.
people doing that mill. Think about it.
Not Spider, Mill.
Yeah. Think about how ridiculous it is. Now they have the XX Spider. And
I had
everything.
one on order too, the SF90. I got it tailor made. The
Fuck
sticker
yeah.
was $900K.
Jesus.
I canceled it.
It's a good call.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's a good call.
Even my Purosang I canceled because like they were telling me 2026 delivery, and I'm like, it's gonna go down below retail by then.
Right. No, it's not fucking
Yeah.
worth
We were
it.
just told yesterday that that it sucks anyway.
The Purosang?
Yeah.
My neighbor has one. It looks badass.
Yeah.
Makes me hate my life when I'm driving home. Like I
Really?
had this on order, I canceled it. I'm a bitch, but yeah, no, I know they'll go down, so
Yeah.
I'll buy it when the time's right.
That's the way. That's the Ferrari way these days.
Bro, it's the same game with watches, bro. It's the same thing. You make your. It's the same real estate, watches, cars.
Yes.
You make your money when you buy.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
No, and same goes for watches. Like people who are hitting me up right now for the Land Dweller and shit, I'm like, all right, there's a price to pay to be the first one to wear a new model.
Right.
Like you're going to lose your ass on this watch.
Yep.
I'm telling you, don't buy it. If you
Correct.
still want to buy it, I'll get you a price.
100%.
Yeah.
Same thing with the fucking cars.
Yeah.
Everyone that wanted a Revelto and they were like, give me, I'll pay whatever the fuck it is because I need it for my social proof.
Yeah.
You're talking about
There's a price.
the PRX, the Rolex PRX.
The new Land Dweller.
Yeah.
The new Land Dweller. Everyone's
Teach me some
asking
game. What
for
is
it.
that
It
one?
looks like the Royal Oak.
Oh, shit. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
not
Royal
like
Oak's
really,
more
it's just like
badass.
A general, the general shape. It looks like a Tissot PRX.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what PRX is.
Yeah. Sorry. That's below the TPT
No, I
level.
actually, I started, my dad's an authorized dealer for Tissot, so
Yeah.
I used to sell Tissot.
Yeah. But that's what that reminds me of. I don't know if it'd be the one I would pick, but
Me neither.
yeah.
To me, it's very feminine.
Yeah, even if you're getting it at retail, I don't think it'd be the one I would pick.
I buy it at retail because I'll pay you double.
Because you'll make money, yeah.
No, you'll make money too.
We'll all make money.
Yeah, we'll all make money.
So what's the best pick for a watch today for someone that, what do you think is undervalued in the market?
The watches that are going up the most right now, and I just told Lee Ram, it's not, usually Rolex, Patek, AP, and Richard Mille move up or down in unison. Like they move with each other. If Rolex is going up, so is the other three brands. But currently, the market's been very stable, except for the RM 6702, which is the ultra thin ones that are carbon, the Patek Aquanaut, the Pateks on a rubber strap that are like square shaped,
Yeah.
and the what's the third watch? The AP Open worked because they were discontinued, and now they only make them with like that gold dial. People prefer the old dial, so they're going up in price. But really, besides that, right now, I think everything's very stable. If you buy new models like a Land Dweller, you're going to lose your ass when you sell. But stuff that's been out, stable. Any of those four brands, if you buy the watch right, I think your money's, you got money in the bank. You just moved it from your bank to your wrist to network with.
Yeah.
I tell people, you could have a nice car, but it stays out there. I walked into the room with my car.
Literally.
Yeah.
Both.
Both here.
Both dripped in red,
This shit's
too.
magic, bro. I wish I had a garage like this.
Shit's fucking fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
This is my
I
favorite.
will. I'm actually looking for a location.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 15 cars here now.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I don't know, where do you keep all those?
They fit in my driveway, all of them. I just
Guess that
expanded the
works.
driveway,
Yeah.
and I have like 4 garage spaces there, and then 11 cars are out and burning in the sun. So I do need to cover them.
Can you even name all 14 right now?
I have a list. I can't.
Pull that shit out, man.
yeah.
Because without the list, I can't.
I want to hear the list of 14. What do we got?
I heard a Brabus G in there at one point.
Yeah.
Brabus G. We got a
Brabus G, SF90,
Let's get the
812.
list. We got
Got
the
a
list.
A12.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
So I got a Toyota Supra GR West Coast Custom. Steve will do it. Gifted it to me. Beautiful
yeah.
car, and I haven't driven it in 2 years. I have a Audi Q5. It's like a honestly, if you come to visit me and you're my friend, I give you the car.
Right.
I have a RS Q8, which is like my. If I'm going to McDonald's late at night, it's my low key, but still nice
Right.
engine, nice sound. I have a R8 V10, fully 1016 kitted, tune,
Nice.
exhaust. I redid the whole interior. It's blood red everywhere, the roof, everything. I got a C63S AMG Edition 1. That was one of my first sports cars, and like sports car, right? But I love the car, bro. Like I'll still drive that car.
Right.
Nothing slides like a C63 slides,
Right.
and it sounds beautiful, bro. It's a raw
Yeah.
V8
Yeah, it's
sound.
nice. It's
I
You
nice.
got
like
the
it.
yellow accents.
Yeah.
You're dialed.
Well, mine's like silver with black accents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a 2015. It's the
Yeah.
one I had when I was in like I had just graduated college when I traded my S4, and I don't know. I just always loved the car.
Yeah.
I have a S63 AMG Coupe because I wanted a Wraith, but the Wraith just feels like Rolls Royce. All of them are kind of built interior the same, besides the Spectre, which is why I want one. And I already had a Cully,
Right.
so I was like, yo. The S63 kind of feels like a Wraith comfort-wise, but you get exhaust, you get speed. They're pretty rare too. You don't see S63 coupes a lot, so I really enjoy the car. I have a G63 Brabus. I have a Rolls-Royce Cullinan full Mansory kit. It's an aftermarket Mansory, but
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It
clean.
looks fire.
Clean.
I have a Urus with a 1016 kit, tune, exhaust.
Wide body, fucking nice.
Yeah, super fire. And I had it since 2020. And it looked like back then it was like
Killer.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it
Nothing-
looks like a
nothing else.
Performante.
Yeah.
I I have a 765 LT Spider, which I just recently got.
That's got to be your favorite fucking car.
No.
Neel.
I think
Bro.
my next car, which I'm about to say, is my favorite. My 488 Spider, I think.
Really?
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, renting that car in Dubai, just like,
Just sealed it for you.
yeah, like when I drive it, I just feel like I'm back in those days. And I have a Novitec tune and exhaust, and things sounds ridiculous. I love it. Now that I did the Gintani on this one,
Right.
it's kind of like, now I'm like, fuck, I don't know which one I like the best. But yeah, and the R8. I think the R8 and my 488 are my favorite. Next, I have a SF90, which we spoke about. I have the 812. I have a F8 Spider.
That was a nice one too.
Yeah,
That
really
Spider's
nice.
clean.
But it's stock still. A lot of work going to be done.
Got it.
Parts on the way. And I have a Maybach Metris.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dinner car.
Yeah, I only use it actually for the airport.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Airport, or like if someone calls me to Orlando, like a long drive within the state, that's when I use that.
You can still work and do everything else between.
Yeah, and my girl's watching TV, you know, it's dope.
It's fucking awesome.
So it sounds like you mod everything that you have crazy.
Yeah, that's why I can't sell them.
But why do you do it?
Because who the fuck wants to drive a stock car, bro? It's like a rental. They're gonna be like, you got a MPH, you know?
I forgot we're in
Miami.
We're in Miami.
We're in
You
Miami.
gotta
Yeah,
have
we're
a
Miami.
little bit of a stamp of it. But once you taste what a modded car is, you can't fucking go back
Exactly.
to stock. It's fucking impossible.
I mean, this car had like mid pipes till this week, and now, like, I think I drove it like once every 2 weeks. Now I drove it 3 days in a row, you know?
I'm
Like,
telling you, the fucking
Yeah, the sound of these after you do some things is addicting.
yeah,
I
it's so
noticed-
worth it. You know, if
Yeah.
you're gonna pay $350 for the car, what is 15 to make it reach its potential? You know,
Right. It's very true, fucking true.
Yeah.
I noticed a lot of Ferrari in your collection.
Yeah,
You think
it's
that's
my
your favorite
favorite. I
brand?
mean, honestly, I did a Ferrari tattoo right here. I got it, and like, it's because Ferrari made me inspired to have this wealth.
Right.
Right. I told you the story, but because of the tattoo, I'm like, yo, I gotta have more Ferraris than everything else.
Right.
I gotta collect them. I swear.
When did you get the tattoo?
Like 2 years ago, and since then I'm only buying Ferrari. Like I'm gonna buy a F430 Spider in the next month, for sure.
You don't have a 458 in that collection.
No, I don't
458
want
Spider.
one.
Bro.
I've driven one. I like my 488 better for some reason.
Really?
I respect that. I'm on the opposite spectrum. Not that I don't.
Most
like the
people
488.
are, bro. Most people are.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
That's a controversial take right there.
Yeah,
is,
yeah, it
very
is. I'm
458.
I'm way more a modern guy.
Yeah.
Than like vintage, and like to me,
I can respect it 100%.
the 458 is a little. But I'm looking at a F430 now. I'm trying to dive into that and
Yeah.
see if I like it. You know.
Do you enjoy driving manual at all?
No.
No.
No, I took my test for my license in manual because that's how you had to in St. Martin. But the day I passed, I forgot.
I got this.
Yeah, but I'm sure I could learn again.
Bro, 100%.
But
It's
if you
just-
don't want to, I mean,
But we never had a manual car in my dad's house. Then when I moved here, I never had, you know, like it just.
For
yeah,
sure.
I got to try again. It's been long.
Yeah.
Alex G, I don't know if y'all know him.
Yeah.
He keeps telling me he's going to, he's like, come over, I'll show you. He has like a manual drift car.
Right.
But I'm also like, fucking, I get motion sickness. So unless I'm driving, I can't be in these cars.
No,
you know?
fuck no.
Yeah,
You see him driving, he'll fucking.
yeah,
send
I
that
know.
thing like a
I'm a
motherfucker.
puke, bro. I'm a puke, straight up.
458 for me, what was 488 to you? That was my first exotic, and that was like what kind of got me started on everything.
Fire.
That car is probably, if you're getting into like collecting Ferraris, that's even if you don't like it,
It's a great
it's a
investment.
great option, especially right now.
Yeah, I
like
know.
a couple of years, that thing it's gonna flip 488 market pretty
Bro,
soon.
I wish I had bought that just for the money standpoint, right?
Right,
Because
that's it.
I'm in my 48 for like 400,000.
Right. Mods and the fucking
Yeah.
everything else.
I paid 300 out the door, which is stupid for a 48 Spider. But I bought it back when I was like, I'm talking 5 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck. You
Yeah.
had it for a fucking minute then.
had it for a while.
Yeah, forget it. No, forget it.
That's-
You said what's the spec on that one on the 488?
It's all my Ferraris are red except the F8 Spider. It's yellow.
Fuck,
Yeah.
red.
Yeah.
You're mental. I love that shit. That's
Everything's
awesome.
red.
I love that shit.
Except this one has tan interior, but I kind of like it because the 812 to me, it's more like a gentleman Ferrari. You got
Reserve,
space.
reserve. Yeah, you got a little more respectable, classic older gentleman type.
So you
Yeah,
got the
like when my
classic red
dad's
on
in
tan.
Miami, he'll never sit in the other Raris, but like this one, he's like, yeah, it's comfy. You know, because you got leg room.
That's my favorite fucking part about this car is
Yeah.
this. They're comfortable.
Yeah.
Everything else is great, sounds great, it's fast, but
Like a SVJ in this, bro, it's like sitting in first class versus
Yeah.
economy.
it's
you know?
fucking totally fucking different.
Yeah.
No SVJ in the collection too. That's literally where I was gonna go with it.
I don't like it.
What do you like?
I drove one. I actually blew my friend's engine driving it and doing nothing, bro. I was going third gear, like 70 miles an hour. I upshift and I hear like an explosion, bro. I blew the engine. Since then, I'm never gonna buy one. I drove it for 2 days, bro. It blew the engine.
You
Fuck
didn't
that.
blow the engine.
Yeah.
No, the oil was low.
The engine just failed.
Yeah, the oil was low.
Yeah, don't put that on yourself.
No, I didn't. I didn't pay for it. I told him, bro, like, you gave me some fucked up car. Like,
Yeah.
I hope you don't expect me to pay. Because, like, if I was going 150 and I'm, like, not shifting on time, okay. Bro, I was going 70. It was an auto.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Which is a great lesson for all of you when you're driving someone else's car. If you're pushing it and their oil is underfilled or something and it blows and you were going 150, that's a different story
Yeah.
than driving normal speeds on the highway.
Yeah. I was literally at speed limit. you
Yeah.
know?
The SVJ market is not in a good place right now either. Like,
What are they, like 700 for not a roadster?
well, the problem with the cars is, like, we've talked about this on prior episodes and shit like that, is each fucking SVJ is such a question mark on, like, what's been done to the car,
yeah.
the reliability, is it a rollback, everything else between. So, like, nobody wants to fucking buy these things because it's literally like a toss-up. Am I going to have a 100K repair bill in 3 days? Is it going to last 6 months?
But I feel like that about a lot of cars right now.
Bro, it's bad. The
Right?
scene. The
Yeah.
scene as a whole. That's why you got it. Like you said earlier, and this is like one of the biggest things with real estate, cars, watches, is the trust. You got to buy where you can trust somebody.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find those kind of people in those industries. Growing, especially the day we live in. Not to talk shit on Miami. I love Miami. It's my fucking home, my favorite home, by where I want to move to. But it's fucking difficult as hell to find people that you trust in these spaces.
For sure.
Like where you said from Cario, you copped this one at?
Yeah.
Cario, you like that relationship you have with him and everything else between? Because you have 15 cars. You said you bought 2 from him?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where'd you get everything else from?
We're all over. I
Oh,
just
it's
find
fucking
good deals.
crazy.
Yeah. Where I find a good deal, I buy. Some of the cars I own, I bought off friends, actually, that were driving them. Like the C63, the S63. Like, I bought a car from Wires Only, my Maybach. Horrible experience.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he held my title for like a year. I got it eventually. I
when
threatened
was
legally.
that?
Like, I bought it in 2022.
Okay, so before everything went down.
But I threatened to put everything down if I don't get my fucking title.
Yeah.
I have a presence on social. A lot of our clients are mutual.
Right.
I was like, bro, I'm gonna go on my story. Like, I better get my title. Better fucking be at my house this week. And I
Yeah.
showed up.
Because he got arrested, didn't he?
Yeah. Temporarily.
he's out.
He's out
now,
about
but-
here.
He's in Miami.
Yeah.
He's
Him
he's
and Wes are
working a
doing
lot.
God knows what.
He's working a lot with Limited Spec, moving their inventory. Santiago, the owner of Limited Spec, gem of a dude. I know him for years. One of the nicest inventories in Miami too. He's the only real Mansory dealer here. Wires is just brokering his cars now, but I mean, like, I heard the guy didn't even have a business license in California. Like, how can you be Wires Only and not have a business? I don't like to talk bad about people. So
Never.
You'd
never.
be surprised how it goes down.
Yeah, California, it's kind of a similar scene to Miami, and it gets kind of tricky, but it's partly the same thing, bro, as the trust.
Yeah.
When you get, like what you talked about, you call so-and-so, and so-and-so tells you, no, this guy's valid. If that's enough for you and
Yeah,
the strength
Steve-
of that person,
Steve told me Wires is good. Steve bought Dana Sprinter from Wires, and then I was there when Steve gave Dana the Sprinter, and I saw inside, and I'm like, that shit gangster. I called Wires. I bought one the same day because Steve was like, he's good.
but look, after your experience with Wires and everything, how do you look at Steve? No
I
different,
love
correct?
Steve. No.
And it's one of those things where it's fucking difficult. You go to somebody that you know is going to give you a good referral, and off their word, somebody doesn't do it.
But he didn't know either. He had purchased 6
Right.
cars.
It's fucked.
And I asked him when I realized about my title, I was like, where's your titles? And he didn't have none of them. For
Not a
all
single
6,
one.
no.
And he was not even fucking worried about this
No,
shit.
actually, the problem was with him was Wires Only said to him, like, hey, this car is 300K. Steve paid 300K. In his mind, he owns it free and clear. But later, when Steve started asking for all those titles that build up, he's like, yeah, you got to go to the DMV and register it, pay 7% Florida tax, and then it's yours. But, like, in Steve's mind, that wasn't, like, as a dealer, you're supposed to tell people it's 300 plus, plus, plus.
Right.
Right?
And
He
usually
didn't-
they handle it all for you.
Yes. Yeah. He skipped telling anyone the plus, plus, plus part and skipped the title part, with everyone. And that's where he fucked up. But how are you going to get titles if you don't even have a dealer license? So I don't know what happened there.
You know what happens? People who blow up, people who are massive in the scene, they don't have. Sometimes they lack somebody on their team that knows how things work.
Yeah, some people are meant to be employees. Some
Yeah.
people are meant to be the boss.
It's exactly how it
Yeah.
is. And you need, as you grow up and as you scale whatever you got going on, especially your social media presence, you need a team around you that knows how things fucking work so you don't get duped and shit like
Yeah.
this. Because it's very easy to get duped in this world.
Yeah, you can't do everything yourself either, but as the boss, you need to delegate and find the right people to delegate the work to. Otherwise, don't have the company. Go work somewhere until you're ready, in my opinion.
When did your delegating start in your business?
I mean, I did try to do a lot myself in the beginning, but when I started delegating, my numbers started flying. And I would say year two. Year one was just Sean and I, me and my partner. We did $13 million out of an apartment on a table, like, bro, it was like a table like double the size of that table. And we did 13 million and then
Out the crib.
at the crib. But bro, I was working from like, I wake up at like 9, I'd work till like 3 a.m.
That was it.
That's all I did, bro. I'd go to the gym in my building downstairs. That was my life.
And you, how exactly did you delegate? What were you able to do?
Just started like, bro, me and Sean would like do the FedEx labels, bro. We would do the fucking, make the invoice. We would check that the, like, bro, with a watch sometimes, like, I'll sell you a root beer for 18,000. You pay me 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Like, there's multiple, like, we were doing everything. It's just finding one good person to do each role, like an accountant, a shipping lady, someone to inspect the shipments when they come in and count the links and do all that shit. A watchmaker to make sure everything's authentic. You know, you have to, if you're going everywhere, I have 4 drivers now full time to like take a watch here, go get a check from here. You know, like I used to do everything.
Right.
You know, when I started delegating, I tripled up. I went from 13 million to 39 million. Year after that, I went from 39 million to 113 million. From there, I don't know, I've been stable, but actually I haven't grown my team. And maybe if I grow my team, I'll double or triple again. But I'm at a point now where like I have 20 people and it's like one's leaving, I'm hiring another. Like it's hard. I don't know. I'm at a point where I'm like,
Someone's always turning over.
yeah, it's like flat, but I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna do something.
Sometimes you
I'm
need
trying.
that, bro. Sometimes you, it's like this. It goes up like this. Sometimes you need a little consolidation point where you kind of see, okay, we're at this level, everything's going good, and now we can fucking jump to the next thing.
Yeah.
Because when you jump like this, that's when you fucking
Make
fall flat on
mistakes
your
too.
face.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little bit of a fucking blend. Where do you think, if you had to pick one area, you think you could probably scale up in the business? The social media presence, I imagine, is fucking dialed.
Yeah, but I can definitely do more there.
More shit.
I can do more everywhere.
Everything.
I'm nowhere close to where I can be.
What's the end goal?
The end goal is to do $1 billion a year in revenue.
A B.
Yeah, but I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I'm gonna get there. I'm a tenth of the way there.
Is it the inventory? Is it your clientele?
I think I can always have more inventory. If I become worth more money, it's going straight in my inventory, unless I get tempted to buy one more of these, which happens a lot. But besides that, I'm pretty responsible. I think I have like all my personal shit now. I have a penthouse, I have a normal apartment, I have 2 cribs. I don't rent any of them out. It's all personal property. I think I'm gonna stop now spending on myself and just keep reinvesting in the business.
Scale.
And scale, yeah.
Get to the point where
That's
it's
the
fucking
biggest thing, bro. Like in the beginning, I drove a C43 coupe, and then I upgraded to the C63. But like in the beginning, I didn't spend money on myself at all. Like till I had a couple M.
So you built the base up, the foundation.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Then I started enjoying the exotics and the clothes and the clubs, which now I don't even do that anymore. The clubs
Shit's
and the
played
clothes
out.
and shit. Yeah, I'm over it. The cars I'll never be over. But besides that, I feel like I'm very, very content at the moment.
And dialed in.
So you got a handful of Ferraris. Is there any, I guess, desire for the future to get one of the hypers, Bugatti, Pagani?
Bro, go to Google and search, is an SF90 a hypercar? It tells me yes. The search result says yes. Again, in the comments, everyone was like, it's not a hypercar, it's not a hypercar. To me, it's a hypercar. I love it. And I think I have one. I don't know.
Okay.
1,000 horsepower too, bro.
What makes a hypercar a hypercar?
I don't know, bro. Google said it's a hypercar.
Bro, Google lies to you sometimes, dog. Google lies to you.
You're right. Google does lie. But yeah.
I think what it is, bro, that car was the first car that kind of broke the barrier and like how crazy can we push the limits with this shit. So I can kind of give it there, like 1,000 horsepower cars traditionally on that side of things.
Right.
Bro, but look at like Chevrolet, their new ZR1 is going to have more power than the SF90.
Really?
And that's just going to be 250K.
Wow.
And that car, so like that car's not a hyper.
That's kind of expensive for a Chevy, though.
It's got 1,000 horsepower, dog.
Yeah.
Think about that shit. It's SF90 quick.
Yeah.
And it does its top speed is like 235 or 236.
It's all-wheel drive too?
I should know this. I believe it is. No, it's not. It's rear-wheel drive.
Rear-wheel.
They're going to come out with another. This is like the third model. They have the base C8, the Z06, and now this, and they have the E-Ray too. But the next thing is going to be an actual hybrid combination. It's 1,000 horsepower, not hybrid, twin turbo V8.
The interiors on these are nuts.
Bro, I'm
they
telling
make sick interiors.
The drip. You seen the drip red and shit like that?
Yeah,
Bro,
bro,
so
and
nice.
they're comfy. They're pretty
Yeah.
comfy. You know, there's space. The leather's soft. It's not like, I know my bucket seats in my SF90, bro. Honestly, they hurt.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm a big Corvette guy. My grandfather growing up was Corvettes. He was an immigrant. When he came here, he got exposed to it. He got obsessed with it. That was his
Yeah,
whole
that's
life.
the American sports car.
Exactly. So that was when I grew up. That was what I modeled after. So I have a Z06 now because
Dope.
it's fucking what I love.
Those
And
are
he
good
drives it.
investments too, right?
Depending on when you get it and shit like that. But for me, I got it like right when it came out.
Oh.
I was obsessed.
Okay.
I was
That's never good.
Yeah,
No.
I was obsessed with it. I got it for him so he could drive. We can both drive and enjoy the shit. But they're pushing the fucking boundary on this shit. Like, trust me, it's gonna be some crazy shit coming up.
Sauced up.
Like a motherfucker, yeah, bro. Just wait.
Look, I got one more car actually besides the F430 that I want. It's gonna be here in like 10 days. I gotta show you.
Show me.
It's pretty dope.
F430 too. What made you pick that car over the
Steve,
450?
bro, I was
Steve.
sitting in Vegas with Steve and we drove
Bro.
it to the gym and the shit sounded raw.
Neel.
Like yeah, tell
All
me.
due respect,
Yeah.
dog, but don't take fucking car advice from a motherfucker that didn't know. He
No.
didn't have tires
Like
for
I
a
sat
minute,
in the
bro.
car with him. I sat in the car with him to the gym like 3 days in a row, and I really liked it.
You did.
And it had no issues. His had no issues. I don't know.
They're like it's literally that car was right before the 458. So 430.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
488 is fucking. I don't know, bro. I can't believe it. F430s are fucking clean though.
I also like the look of the rear. Like I think when I was younger, that was like my wallpaper at one. I don't even remember, but I think it was.
Probably.
Right. So
That was the car.
this is the car I got coming. You're on the
Oh,
picture,
bro.
right? Red
Yeah,
wheels.
Yeah, bro. 100%. This is a fucking clean ass. This is a Miami spec to the T.
Yeah, MSRP, bro.
Fuck me. This is
Built.
crazy. You ready for this?
That's where we're at again.
Could you have ever guessed what he was throwing my way? That's so you know that's my least favorite car.
Really? Yeah. I mean, we had one. I paid $100 over sticker to be able to build one.
Right.
I did it on purpose. I
That's
sold
a
it
nice
to
spec,
Alex
though.
G. He bought it from me. Like I lost $40K when I sold it to him. He has a yellow one now.
Nobody has that spec though.
No, it's
That's
different.
a fucking 101 spec. That's literally Miami Nights
Yeah.
spec right there.
It's different. Everyone says they like it. When we built it, it was kind of crazy, but yeah, no, I'm fucking with it.
Can I say it? And everybody
Yeah,
see my
GT3
tires?
RS 992.
And it's got that like Miami blue with red wheels, but normally like the Miami Nights, it's like a pinkish fucking thing. But that shit looks clean.
Yeah,
as fuck.
it's on the ship on the way from Germany. Like we get notification.
right. That's
It's almost
fucking-
here.
Almost here. Yeah, like I think 10 days even maybe.
Yeah.
Do you like to go for like what kind of driving do you like to do?
I love going to Homestead, the
Yeah.
Speedway,
And just
I-
fucking ripping.
Yeah, I rent the whole track. I invite out like a couple clients, VIPs. It's like 15 grand for the day, bro. Best 15 grand I ever spent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can it's just fucking straight away. You can just rip.
Well, there's the outer ring
Mm-hmm.
where you can rip. I think you can max like 150, 160 there, even if you're in like a Chiron, because I've had friends bring Chirons there. But I like the inner track. There's a lot of like turns. You get to
Right.
learn how to like take your car into corners fast. That's
Right.
what I enjoy that more. But yeah, besides that, bro, driving on the Hard Rock's mad fun.
Up to the Hard Rock, you start
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
the guitar. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
this-
and like on the way home
Yeah.
at night, sick.
not a soul on the fucking.
Yeah,
freeway.
I'm going at the speed limit the whole time.
Always.
But it's super sick drive at night.
That's fucking awesome. I would always want to fucking like. We need to get more into the racing side of it. Like, you know, you're talking about fucking taking turns and corners, shit like that. You're gonna like the 992 for that.
Yeah,
The
for
car is
sure.
built for just that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure as soon as it comes, we're gonna book the track.
I don't know how you're gonna feel about it driving anywhere else because it's not. It's
No, we had one,
He
bro.
had one.
We had
Sure.
one. We had it
Yeah.
like we drove like 1,000.
Tripping.
Me, dog. Jesus Christ. Dog.
We drove it for like 1,000 miles only because we were trying to lose as little because we knew we were gonna lose on that car.
Mm-hmm.
It's different,
How many
bro.
miles you had? How many miles yours had? when
We
you
bought it with like 100 miles. Then we sold it with like 11.
You broke it in pretty much. That
yeah,
was it.
true.
It was fucking. Cause I think that car like was it 500 miles it unlocks? Because remember Adams has a rev limiter. You can't even go past a certain RPM at a certain point.
I don't know.
I'm just talking shit at this point.
No, you're probably right.
I think
I don't even
can't
remember.
because I remember one of my buddies got right when it came out, and I was like, "Let's rip it." And he's like, "I can't even go past." I think it was like 500 miles. It unlocks, and then you get the rest of the shit.
That time.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I wouldn't even think about that.
Maybe I
forgot
bought
that
it
even
with
happened.
like 1,200 miles actually.
Okay.
I don't know.
Low
Like
mi-
I don't feel like I had
Right.
that issue. So,
Not at all. Yeah. So you brought it with probably low ass
yeah,
miles.
I think I sold it to
broken in.
Alex with like some 2,700.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
What's the worst and the scammiest thing you've seen in the watch industry?
Definitely when people say they will. Oh, dude, yesterday I had an issue. Like not me, but I had a client. He wanted to trade in a bust down rose gold AP. I told him, bro, bust downs are dead right now. I'll give you whatever 40 I think I said for it. He's like, bro, I paid 76. I'm like, bro, it's not my fault.
Right.
You know, like bust downs are not good right now.
Right.
It used to be a trend. Like now everyone wants factory. They want plain Jane.
Right.
So I'm like, go back to the jeweler who you bought it from before you knew me. You paid 75 to him, not me. And like me, I never let my clients lose. Like I'll never offer the client who paid me 75, 40, bro. You know, he'll be inclined to offer you more. He's a jeweler. So he went there and the guy's like, oh, I don't want to buy it right now, but let's do a trade. I'll take care of you. So the guy sells him yesterday a 5711 rose gold, the Patek. It's supposed to be on a full bracelet, gold bracelet. But he sells him, so it's a very small difference that only I would know. You would never know. 5711 R-001 means it comes on a leather strap. 5711-1R-001, so the only difference is a -1R makes it a full bracelet, right? The guy sold him a leather strap reference, because I saw it on the papers, as a full bracelet. When he sold it to him for 135K. The watch on a bracelet is worth 65K, and to put Patek doesn't make a bracelet for it on purpose. They say either buy that or buy that. If you want both looks, buy both.
Right.
They did it so that you can't just buy it on a strap and put a bracelet in.
Right.
You have to buy both if you want both looks. But the jeweler put an aftermarket gold bracelet on it. So like it's real gold, it's 18 karat gold, but he made it in his gold workshop.
Right.
Put it on the watch. Sold it to the dude as an original bracelet watch. It's worth like 80. Sold it to the dude for 145 yesterday, bro. You know, like if I made 50% margins, I'd be making $50 million a year.
Right.
You know, like that's why he can't do my volume, because he's a fucking scum.
Right.
And shit like this happens a lot, bro.
I can imagine, bro. I fucking seen some of the. I remember recently. I'm not gonna say names, but one of the guys with a really good reputation that he fucking built his time up sold a piece that he didn't even think or I guess he comes out and say he doesn't know if it was real or not. You heard about that whole fucking scandal and stuff like that?
Lil Baby?
No, I forgot who he sold it to, but one of the internet kids. But
Like Pristine Jewelers in New York sold Lil Baby a Patek like 2 years ago. It's supposed to be 800K. It's a factory platinum with sapphires in the bezel and the dial. It was an aftermarket China-made watch worth 40K. He sold it to Baby for 800K, bro.
Nobody on Baby's team knows what the fuck they're looking at, and they get duped like that.
Yeah, but he posted it. Someone caught it, and I mean, Pristine made it right.
Right.
He's like, I didn't know, but how can you trust that he didn't know?
Exactly.
Maybe he was trying to get away with it. I don't know.
How do you mitigate your risk in the watch business to know? Do you quality check and quality control
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
everything?
I have a watchmaker check everything before it gets sold.
Everything.
Yeah.
He opens it up and everything.
Yeah.
And you're selling Lil Baby a watch.
You would check the shit, right? You would think you check
You
the
should.
shit.
You better not know, because it's like you said. He's gonna post it. As soon as he posts it, millions of people
Yeah.
follow him. There's
Bro.
people out there that are just from a blurry photo can be like, oh.
Yeah. Bro, I told the guy yesterday, I'm like, bro, this is why you buy your dealer. Like, if the guy doesn't know what the fuck he's selling, why are you buying from him?
But
Because he said he didn't know it's an aftermarket bracelet, but
earlier we were talking about cars, and you were saying, I just look for the best deal, and I might buy it from a friend, I might buy it from them. So you don't
Bro, because
prioritize that with cars.
no, because with cars it's hard. Like, I may trust a dealer, but for me it's about the spec, you know, and like that dealer that I trust, he's gonna have 1 or 2 812s, but he doesn't have 50 where I can find the exact spec. With a watch, there's no spec, bro. The watch is the watch.
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
reference number, that's it. They don't got blue seats or blue dial. Like, if it's a blue dial, it's a blue dial. You know, with a car, there's too many options, bro. So it's hard to just buy from one guy.
Right.
When you have you're in a position to be that specific with your cars, it's hard to have loyalty to one fucking person.
Yeah.
Depending
Yeah.
on the person, you
Yeah,
can
like
source
if,
shit and
if
stuff
I,
like
if
that.
I was a basic bitch and I just wanted like a Cullinan and I don't give a fuck if it's black, like,
Right.
you know, like, then I'll buy from one guy. But I want certain things from my cars. Like if I'm buying a Ferrari, I want all the interior carbon. So maybe my dealer doesn't only has the metal carbon, the metal center con. I need the carbon. So then
Right.
I'm on the whole internet looking for that spec at the best price. It's different, I think.
I got you. I got you. That makes sense.
I got a good one for you, all right? You know, we're big about providing value here. So all the 4 big makers, Rolex, AP, Patek, and Richard, what are the best and easiest ways to tell, but right from just looking at it, from being authentic to non-authentic?
It's very hard to explain it, but for me, after handling, I want to say $1 billion in watches in my lifetime, it's like experience for me, you know, at this point.
Is it the weight of it? Is it something on the face?
100% the weight, 100% the look
For
of the dial.
beginners, pretend like you're talking to a beginner, someone that's going
Bro,
to buy their first watch.
I've been asked so many times, and I don't know how to explain this. you know?
Difficult?
It's like if you're a professional with cars, you can tell why the car is making a noise without going under the car.
True.
But to explain how you know, you can't. It's experience, you know.
You've just held them all.
Yeah, like this car was making a ticking sound. I took it to 3 or 4 shops in Miami. They couldn't figure it out for some reason.
Yeah.
Gentani got it. You know, I guess it's their experience. I don't know.
It's like the bouncer at the club. As soon as he feels that fake ID, he's like, nope.
Yeah. How can he tell? I don't know.
He's got it in his fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
So earlier you said super clone, which
Super
like
clone.
I've heard.
Yeah.
But what does that actually mean?
So super clones get me to go up to people, and sometimes I'm like, damn, nice watch. But then when I'm up there, I catch that it's a super clone too.
Yeah.
And it just means a very well-made fake.
Okay.
You know, it's more common with Rolex, I want to say. With Richard Mille still, bro, I can tell right away. With Patek, I can still like Rolex. They've really got it down to a T.
Yeah.
That's why we open our watches to double check them. You know.
Yeah.
Which I can't even do personally. Like I have a
Right.
watchmaker to do it.
For sure.
But it's very hard to get a fake watch past me. Like even just by glance, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
How much of that do you see out here in Miami?
Not a lot in my office.
Not in your office,
No.
but
Out and about.
out and about.
You're
Oh,
at,
a lot.
You're at Gecko.
Yeah.
You walk by a table.
A lot.
You see
A
someone.
lot.
and you're
I like to call them out too. I'm like,
Yeah, bro,
I'll
do
go
it.
up to them. I'll be like, nice watch, and then I won't say it's fake, but I'll be like, oh, like I do it in people's face, bro, because I want them to. You're putting dirt on my industry, bro. Like, why are you wearing a fake? You know, like if you can't afford it, go buy a G-Shock. I started with a G-Shock.
Yeah.
You know, if you like watches, you work your way up the ladder, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
and there's 2 kinds of people. There's somebody that is wearing a fake. They know they're wearing a fake, and they're out trying to act like it's not a fake. And there's some guys out there that fucking legitimately don't know if it's fucking fake or not.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do those guys a favor.
Yo, once I was in Marion Club in Brickell, and I go. This guy's wearing a white Nadal, okay, and it's like a 600K watch. You know, I go up to him and I see the watch, and it's the white Nadal is a 3503. It's got a different movement. This is a red Nadal. It's a 3502. The 02 and 03 have a different movement. He's wearing an 03, the white Nadal, but with the movement of an 02 inside. I'm like, damn, bro, that shit fake. Like, I like first I was gonna say, damn, bro, that shit hot. Then I get close, I'm like, fake. And he's like, what do you mean it's fake, bro? I just bought it on my Amex. I bought one for me and one for my wife, and I see his wife's wearing one too. It's like I paid $100,000 for both. I'm like, bro, 100K
Yeah, first of all.
for 2 Richard Meals.
Yeah, but you're tripping.
You're bugging out, bro. Like, obviously it's fake. He's like, what do you mean it's fake, bro? I spent so much money. Like, this guy just knew Richard Mille was expensive. He never looked at what the price points were. He just heard it's expensive. In his mind, 100K for 2 of them is a lot of money. He's used to buying Rolex for 10, 15K a pop. So I'm like, bro, those are fake as fuck. Like, I guarantee you. He's like, bro, you're lying. Like, the next day, so we take numbers. He texts me. He's like, bro, I reached out to Amex. I had 3 days left to get a refund. Because of you, I got a refund. And I thought this guy's cap, bro. Like,
Right.
he's just talking all this shit.
Right.
He came, he spent the 100K with me the next day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck
What-
yes.
what'd he get?
He bought an AP aftermarket chandelier, like
Oh, fucking
white
clean.
gold, real
Clean.
movement, but like all the baguettes were all aftermarket, you
Clean.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, he was super happy, bro, and like he still sends me people now.
Is that how much a chandelier goes for right now? About 100?
No, way less.
Way less?
Yeah.
How much chandelier go for?
I mean, it depends on the person asking me, bro, but like for very good clients, I can do very cheap, but like I'll sell them to anyone here for like 75K.
75K for a full chandelier.
And any other jeweler is going to tell you 125.
For aftermarket.
Yeah. Bro, because on jewelry, people try to double up their money. I'm I'm gonna make my same 10%. I'm good, bro.
And you keep it pushing.
Yeah.
I'd rather make 10 off fucking 100 people and
Yeah,
keep
and
it running.
all my clients like to trade in, and when they come to me, I'm never gonna make them get smoked, you know, because
Right.
then they won't come back. So,
100%.
yeah.
It's the same theory with fucking being a dealer and everything else in between, bro. It's the fucking same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can very evidently tell you know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to the fucking movements and everything else between. That's the kind of person you want when you're sourcing this higher end shit, when it's watches, cribs, fucking cars, everything else in between. I did notice something. Your plate,
My plate.
TBT Foreigns.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
We have a car dealership. I want to say we sell like a car a week. It's nothing really. It's
It's there.
there.
I feel you.
You know, I used to try pushing it more, but when I focus my time there, it takes away from the watches. And really, I'm working my way up to be #1 watch dealer in the
Right.
country, and I want to be there.
Right.
So I'm trying to dial in there. I sell now private jet flights, charter flights,
Okay.
like not the plane,
Right.
the flight.
The leg.
Yeah, the leg, and I sell Birkins. Birkins is going very well because it's just like buying a watch, you know.
It's kind of like side by side. I've
Yeah.
noticed a lot of the big guys are starting to do that type of shit. It's literally the same type of thing, and they're becoming like a fucking asset class
Yeah,
too, bro.
they are.
It's fucking crazy.
They've been,
bro.
but now it's getting spoken about.
It's crazy.
It's just like watches. They were always an asset class, but for some reason in like 2019, 2018, people started talking about it more.
Social
and as,
media, bro.
Yeah, and as people saw it, they're like, oh, it's a safe place to put money. And when you get your first taste, you're hooked, you know?
It's over.
Yeah.
From that point on.
That's like girls with Birkins now, and so it's going very well. Like I think made our first sale of a Birkin a year ago. Now we have 20 in stock. It's not a crazy amount, but I'm gonna just keep growing it, and it's gonna go well. I sell jewelry. I don't focus too much on it, but we sell jewelry.
You know what's awesome? You talk about how you built like your social media presence up and shit like that, and you talk about like how you did it in terms of like aesthetic pictures and stuff like that and stuff like that. I feel like I've seen majority of the people in the watch industry that are of a social media following, they build it on that videoing of the negotiation.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't really see you post those type of videos and shit like that. So it's like you've
I don't.
taken a clear
I did
stance.
I did my own
Yeah.
style.
It's awesome.
I don't really. You won't catch me walking on the street negotiating in a
Right.
fucking watch.
Right.
Like I'm not going to the watch, the jewelry district and
Yeah.
walking to each booth. I don't got time for that, bro. Honestly, I'm getting offered 50 watches every hour on my phone. Why do
Right.
I fucking do that?
Right.
You know? Waste of my time.
it's a
I could
completely
deal with
different
50 people at a time versus face to face with one. So it's not. I used to be there. I used to do it, but I never vlogged it.
Never.
No.
So that's not how you built your social media presence up.
No. But I did that. That's how I built my business. Like walking the streets of the big cities where there's a lot of watches. Miami, Dubai, Hong Kong, London. I spent a week in each city. All I did was like I dressed like completely different than how I dress today. Buttoned down, tucked in, like proper, bro. I told them I'm the Richard Mille dealer. My dad's the Richard Mille dealer in St. Martin. Built trust, built a relationship. Something you got to do before like doing business on the phone is meet them face to face. So there's
100%.
like, you know.
Especially when we live in like a social media era, it's nice to fucking be a little bit of like
Yeah, like I didn't know what
So-
Joe looked like till just now.
Right, no, 100%. We've been texting and fucking going back
Yeah.
and forth, and now we kind of fucking then we got matching A12s.
Now
and shit
we
like
know
that.
each other properly, right? So-
Exactly. It just makes doing things forward a level of trust that just adds to it versus everything being fucking digital. I don't know if I can fuck with that. It's almost there.
Yeah, it's way down there.
It's way, you kicked it way down there.
There we go.
I also totally forgot. I mean, I don't think we've been going that long yet, but I totally forgot to look at the time when we started.
No, it's all good.
So I have no clue how long we're going.
No, we
It's
fucking
4:35 right now, right?
keep rolling for a little bit, and then we could do guest questions and shit like that. I'm
All right,
down.
we're
I'm
at an
down
hour,
for it. I'm
so-
down for whatever.
Dude, I've always wanted to come to the rally, but I have such a bad back that I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna make it, bro.
Bro, come with something comfy.
Dude, my back's fucked.
What's it from?
I
What
have
happened?
a condition. I have lumbar spondylosis.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
shit.
it's caused by sitting in sports cars for too long, sitting on a desk for too long, and there's one more thing. But I do all of it. You know, that's my life. Oh,
Yeah.
and
Bro,
you
lifting
got it
heavy.
young, though.
So it's lifting heavy, sitting in sports cars, and sitting at a desk. That is my life. So I'm fucked.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it gets worse every day.
I got a buddy back home that has the same fucking type of problem. He's got it he had an SVJ and he literally built seats to
Yeah.
swap out.
Yeah, I kind of
these
want to do
cars.
that in the SF90.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Because
It's worth it.
I've redone interiors, right? I did my Brabus and my R8. Bro, my R8 is like the most sexy R8 you'll ever see.
How do you like your Brabus?
I love it, but it's my favorite SUV. I don't like my Cullinan. I don't even use it. My brothers use it. It's cool to have though, but the Brabus sounds crazy. And for me, sound's big.
Sound is everything.
Yeah.
So
The
like-
Urus is a better car to drive, in my opinion. You can go way faster in a Urus and feel safer because the Brabus is so high.
Yeah.
But the Brabus sounds gangster.
Fucking bitching as hell. So
Yeah.
you got the full thing, the kit, the fucking performance upgrade, and everything,
Everything,
else.
yeah.
Fucking nice ass fucking car, bro. There used to be that's the same world. The Brabus, Mansory, all the kits and shit like that. Car guys, you could see it. Like you walk up to a Brabus and you look at like the carbon weave and shit like that. Like, is this Brabus or is this fucking China Brabus?
I did China Brabus, bro. I'm proud to say that.
How do you like it?
Fuck, I spent 75 instead of 300 to do the whole thing, you know?
That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
And how do you like it? You don't feel any fucking difference, even the quality of the interior.
Bro,
nothing like that?
I've driven a real Brabus again in Dubai with my friends, and bro, it's the same.
Same shit.
Same.
Wait, so the Brabus is tuned and everything?
Yeah.
By
800 horsepower.
the tune
It's
came
the
from.
guy who does like a lot of the cars here in Miami for the
Okay.
celebrities. It's called My Custom Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they tune it and everything.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's 75K running for the.
I think it was 75, maybe 85 for
The good China kit.
interior kit, like the steps that come out when you open the door, the light bar on top, the exhaust lights, like everything is carbon. The whole wheel is carbon. The exhaust, the tune, the interior, from the floor to the roof, to everything is carbon in the interior and Tiffany blue now. It was
Yeah.
like 75, 85K for all that.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest things that's like a debate right now in the car industry is like real Brabus or fake Brabus, real Mansory, fake Mansory, everything else between. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, and we can cut it out if we have to, but I'm going to say it for the conversation purposes. I believe the companies, specifically Brabus, are coming out with something that will allow them to like attach it to their OG kit, kind of like a fucking like NFT. Remember the crypto world and all this shit
Yeah.
like that, where it can validate the authenticity
Yeah,
of
because
that fucking
there's
kit.
like paperwork, but I mean, bro,
You can fake
it ain't a
paperwork, though.
watch. Like,
Yeah, bro.
I don't know.
You can fake paperwork too.
And people end up doing the same thing where they sell someone a Brabus kit for more.
Yeah, dude.
And it's not-
Mean, again, wires only. Like it's all
Exactly.
over social media, so I'm gonna talk about it. Aiden Ross is a very good friend of mine. He buys all his watches from me, and he paid for a Mansory Cullinan to wires only. I think $750, bro. It was fake Mansory. Like the car's worth $350 maybe.
Maybe if you're lucky, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. It's fucking
There's a lawsuit
unreal.
ongoing. I'm pretty sure.
Think about how unreal that is.
There's lots of lawsuits ongoing.
Yeah.
with-
Like me, if someone wants to buy my Brabus, I'll tell them I built this. It's
Right.
not from Brabus. I'll give you a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's-
gotta be real.
100%.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking. That's honestly like the cyclical trend. The authenticity is like what's fucking the biggest thing right now. But that if they build something where you can fucking eliminate fakes like that, like the whole fucking thing with Rolexes, when they built everything, when it was supposed to come fucking full set, that was the OG shit before. Now you can replicate it. That's where they're at with the cars. But they need to build something that allows it to have a fucking value where you know it's original.
I feel like it's so tough.
It's fucking difficult. That's why they're trying to figure it out. I think that what they're going to do is like an NFT that goes into it. I don't even know how the fuck that's exactly going to work, but it's going to be something. But it'll at least have some point where you can actually have two different markets for
Well, I
it.
guess it could work if Brabus just holds all the NFTs when they make them, you know, and
that's
they
it.
only give it to the real buyer.
That's probably how I
Yeah.
would imagine it to be. And then it has to come with like a transfer of ownership, like it's legitimately a part of the sale and everything
Yeah.
like that. And then you'll have the blockchain and all this shit like that, and you can see it comes from
Yeah.
Brabus and shit like that. That's the only way I see it because these are growing in or Brabus and all these aftermarket shits is growing in popularity
Yeah.
at a rapid rate. 'Cause
Yeah.
You didn't see Brabus's fucking 5 years ago as much as you do now.
No.
Everybody, it's
I
again,
think that's because of Dubai.
it's the access to actually seeing it, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, that's a G63 that's already a certain status level, souped up to a degree.
Yeah, it's being
Right.
seen. You're right, because like when they started popping up on Instagram, they were in Dubai, but we saw it here because of
Yeah.
Instagram. And now, yeah, it's,
Bro, I
It's
remember
also
the
just
first time I saw it.
it's
Go
the
ahead.
scalability of things. Like the original Course Pro sold or drove a Huracan, then an SVJ, then a Chiron. It's like everything's always going up. So everyone's got a G63. Well,
Yeah.
to do more, I gotta have the special one. I gotta have the Brabus kit. I gotta have the Mansory kit.
yeah. I mean, like some people, it's about doing more and being more flex. For some people, like for me, it was more about like I saw it and I fell in love, bro. It wasn't about the flex. It's like I wanted it for me, you know.
You work your ass off. You want what you want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and get what the
But
fuck
I'm
I
gonna do
want.
it smart.
100%.
I ain't gonna blow my money.
100%. Especially when those fucking markets are like this. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's not like a traditional stock car where store values there. The market is that is what's it's the market's the market.
Yeah.
So if it's selling for this right now, it's what it is. There's no reference point where you can fucking look because there's not 100 of them for sale. It's one of those.
You can't Yeah, I guess you could find like probably 5 for sale. Fake Brabus.
Fake Brabus
Yeah.
kits. And if you want to try to like, if you're someone that needs like fucking to be specific, you have to go to somebody that you think you can trust.
Yeah.
That
it's
you
tough.
think can source
It's tough.
something real.
Yeah, and like Aiden, look, he went to a big name and,
It burns them.
Yeah.
How do you think is the best way to distinguish yourself as a social media entity and still show people that you can trust and everything else?
Oh
between?
yeah, dude. Just so I bring it up, like I'm a car dealer. Lil Mabu, he's my client. He buys watches from me. He asked me for my Brabus. He wanted to buy it, and I told him like I could have been like, yeah, it's Brabus. I got you 300K. Find one that's cheap. No, I told him, bro, I made it. I did it for this much. I'm smart, and he was like, that's pretty smart, bro. Like I should do that too. You know,
Right.
like I don't know, just keep it real.
100%. Because there's not a need to fucking fuck somebody just for a profit margin.
Bro, money comes and goes. You know,
Exactly.
if you do wrong, the money will just go and go.
Fast. Fast money doesn't stay long.
No.
It's all of building something long term. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're building a clientele
Yeah,
Right.
I want to build a legacy, bro. I want to like leave something behind. You know, like
for the generations to come.
I'm trying to build a brand, not just a. It's not about the money only for me.
How did your father get into the business and then eventually become a fucking AD for all these things?
He was always a jeweler, and his brother, his little brother, was like had a big passion for watches. So to become an authorized dealer, you have to be firstly invited to the shows in Switzerland, SIHH, and there's another show. I honestly forgot the fucking name. I don't know how. Watches and Wonders in Switzerland. And that's where all the brands annually go. They exhibit all the new product for the year, and you as an authorized dealer get to place your orders for the entire year. Unless, say, you sell out quick, then you can order more from your home country, hometown, wherever you're the dealer. But he would go there, and he was rich. They were millionaires, you know, and they would go and beg. Like, he would go to, and he started with brands like G-Shock. Like, G-Shock has a booth at these shows, and Casio, and you have to go, and you have to give them your card, and you have to pray that they call you to potentially have an interview, to potentially be a dealer. So it started with Casio, then he eventually worked his way up to, like, Citizen, and then eventually Longines and Tissot, and then eventually Omega, then eventually Panerai. Like, you work your way up, and finally he got AP, he got Richard Mille, you know. And when we got Richard Mille wasn't Richard Mille. Richard Mille was a brand that was selling at 35% off. Like, we would get Bubba Watson, the retail was 106K, we'd sell him for 75K, the white Bubba. Fuck. Yeah, when we were dealers. And people like my dad and uncle, I wouldn't say me. I wasn't really in the business at the time, but I would go on the weekends to the store and shit. But they built those brands up. Like, there were 200 authorized dealers for Richard Mille, but Richard Mille had no name at the time, you know?
Right.
My dad and uncle and his staff had to like convince you why it was such a good watch and why you would spend $70,000 on this timepiece when there's beautiful Rolexes that have centuries of history for a fifth of the price, you know?
Yeah, because 10 years ago, some people didn't even know what the fuck you're wearing on your
No,
wrist.
no.
But
It
this
was a toy.
It's a universal sign.
Correct.
This is why some people fucking like, they talk about like the Huracan. Like, everybody knows what a Huracan is.
Yeah.
Same thing. Everybody knows what a Rolex is.
But you know how they got to there? Was
How?
through the authorized dealers selling it. Like Rolex, they do marketing on a global like scale, but really it's like the authorized dealers sitting there, going to work all dressed up every day and like really educating and pushing you to buy this watch. That's how the watches build their way up, you know? It's the dealers they pick. And now brands like Richard Mille and AP, they don't have dealers. They use the dealers to get to a point, and any business is smart to do this, where they're giving you 35 off as a dealer to make your 35% if you can,
Right.
if you're good enough at retailing the watch to a client.
You gotta be a salesman at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
but when Richard Mille reached the point that they were going over retail, they took away all their authorized dealers. They were like, we're opening corporate only.
That's
We
it.
own 100%. Why are we going to give, like, if a store costs $3 million to build out, it's for them, they're like, oh, if I sell you 10 watches worth $6 million at 40 off, I just need to sell those at retail and I own the store for free. So
Right.
why would I give you the authorized dealership? So now they don't have ADs for RM and AP. Paddock is very different. Paddock is a very like, the CEO, Thierry Stern, he's very family oriented. Like my old babysitter, he's a Paddock AD. And he's never going to lose the brand. Like they're friends, you know?
Right.
Like
On
they
a
know.
different level.
Yeah.
Can you equate the 4 big brands to car brands?
Yeah, I would say Paddock on par with Rolls Royce. Very classy, very like, it's not jumping out at you. It's soft. The lines are soft, but it's still up there. I would say Richard Mille's there with Ferrari, where it's very sporty. It's like in your face. It's one of the it's the rich guys, like, but still classy. I don't know. To me, Richard Mille and Ferrari, Lamborghini and Audemars Piguet, because of how sharp the lines are.
Right.
And I'd say Rolex is kind of like AMG or BMW M.
That's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
That's fucking perfect. What's the
I'd say AMG is perfect.
yeah?
Or maybe like Porsche, because Porsche
AMG's
is
got
built
good
so
scale.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rolex is built so perfect. The price points aren't stupid. They make sense for what they are. Yeah, maybe Rolex better with Porsche.
Yes.
There's a fucking watch brand that I know is up there. It's like the fifth
FP
one.
Journe,
Is that what it is? I'm thinking of
Cartier.
Hublot?
no.
No, hell no.
It's VC fucking
Vacheron Constantine. Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
McLaren.
great watch. So my dad's still a dealer for Vacheron.
That's the McLaren of the watch world.
Yeah,
You got to know what you got to know to know.
that's a good.
Yeah, you got to know to know.
That's
Like
a
you have a
good-
765 LT.
Yeah.
You say you don't really drive it.
No, not much.
You have a fucking weapon. That car's a fucking.
It is.
That car's a fucking weapon.
But I don't know. I think the SF90 is quicker.
In a straight line in certain places, yeah, it probably is. The McLaren is just fucking such a
raw.
It's a driver's
so
car.
light,
It's
too.
such a
It's
fucking
just-
it's
driver's
raw.
car.
For sure.
It's like we've had guests and they say like it knows where you're gonna go before you even fucking know it, and it's perfect. So like the VC, you're a watch guy, you know about it. Like
Yeah.
some people don't even know what the fuck I just said, the brand and everything else between. It's the same thing with McLaren. It's a specialized
Well,
weapon.
let's educate them a little, right? So, the guy who made the AP Royal Oak and the Patek Nautilus also made the Vacheron Constantine Overseas, which is their popular collection. His name is Gerald Genta. And technically, Vacheron, Patek, and AP are the holy trinity of watches. So, for those of you that didn't know, it's a
fucking
very
awesome.
good brand.
Very much so. What is what does it commonly trade for? One
I
of their
mean,
flagships.
depends. Like a stainless steel Overseas in the 20,000s.
20,000 range.
Yeah, that's like the popular model. mostly.
You think that'd be a better option than any of the big like Rolexes you can get at the same price point?
No, because bro, I want my clients to buy where their money's safe. And Vacheron, although it is a great brand, it's not there in terms of buying and reselling. You know
Their actual brand presence isn't strong.
that. Yeah, I don't know. They gotta up the marketing. They need better brand ambassadors. Like Richard Mille works with Rafael Nadal,
Yeah,
Bubba
sure.
Watson. They're collaborating with Ferrari.
Right.
You know, you need better collabs, and I don't know. That's their brand. Hopefully, they do good.
I saw Kim K wearing one.
Yeah, I have one in
She
my
knows game like that?
What, the Vacheron
She was wearing
Constantine?
that. She was wearing rose gold.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, I have one in my collection. I never wear it, bro, because no one knows what it is. And
Right.
I like people to see my watch and be like, damn.
But that's what I'm nowhere near as tapped into everything as you, but I started seeing those, like Kim K was wearing them. I saw another celebrity wearing one. And I started to think, again, it's like once people start getting stuff, they're always looking for the next thing. And it's like, okay, well, like that's kind of right now, it's the if you know sort of watch.
But
And-
bro, the more that these celebrities wear it, and like as soon as Celeb Watch Spotter starts posting it, it could become the next Richard Mille again.
That's kind of what I'm saying. So then it's like they start wearing it because right now it's if you know, and then as they start wearing it, that's everyone takes off with it. The celebrities go off to the next thing. The mass public pushes this up to crazy values for today.
Could happen.
Right.
I mean, like, bro, when Richard Mille really popped off, when people started singing it in songs, and like, you know, like it's what the world like puts on social media really that blows up.
Yeah. I mean, rap songs push the car market forever.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's all just marketing. It's just different forms of fucking marketing. And social media boom and the COVID boom. That's kind of how I even tapped into watches was the COVID boom. Seeing everybody hustling and running watches and shit like that, I was like, let's see what this all bullshit is about.
I want to say most of my clients only got into watches around COVID, bro.
it's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Social
They
media
knew
took off.
Rolex, but now they know RM,
All the bigger
Patek,
shit.
AP.
Social media, and it's kind of one of those things people talk about like there's so much money out there. There is. There's a lot of fucking money out there. There
Too
really
much.
is. There's also a ton of poverty and everything else between.
Yeah.
You see the wealth because of social media now. So it's not like it's always been there. It's just you're now actually seeing it
Bro,
in a clearer lens.
My feed is toxic. Like,
It's crazy, bro.
dude, everyone's on a yacht or on a jet or in a Bugatti or like, dude, like this feels like nothing to me anymore. It's crazy. I'm desensitized.
It's what happens, and
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
keep going, it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
You'll get a Bugatti, and I promise you'll desensitize from the fucking car.
I'm sure.
And it's a crazy concept to think. Like you've probably desensitized from the fucking thing on your wrist.
Oh, 100%. I sleep with it.
Think about that, bro. It's fucking crazy. Now, at one point, that's fucking everybody's dream watch.
It was
to
my
point-
dream, you know, at one point, yeah.
It's fucking how it is in it. But then there's like a duality with it because you have to keep that next goal or else your drive stops.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the same time, you got to smell the roses. Be like, I'm wearing a red Richard. I got a red fucking Ferrari, and I remember where I started.
Yeah, you gotta feel how light this
Let me
is.
see.
I kind of want to throw it because it's NTPT, bro.
Oh,
You know?
wow.
But so that case is this watch is from 2016, and you can't scratch the case because it's NTPT. I actually named my company after the case on that watch, TPT. I was like, I gotta come up with a name around Richard Neel's patented carbon, TPT. I came up with Timepiece Trading, and
These will fit my wrist.
yeah, but you gotta. It's very easy to size a Richard Mille. It's not like links. You just pull the buckle out of the hole in the strap.
We'll do this. Oh, right here.
Yeah, pull the buckle out of the hole and move it down so it's bigger,
Size it up
and
like
then
that.
put it on your wrist.
Let me do this real quick.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna see my fucking watch moving skills right now. I'm always super delicate with the watches.
That's good.
This is fucking clean though. This is fucking mad. And this was like this, correct? Like
Yeah, so it's a magnetic clasp. So as you close it, it'll like, yeah, I got you. Am I plugged in?
you're good. I want to try this bitch on.
I feel like I'm in a different world.
Let me see.
So it's magnetic, bro. He got it, but look, so as soon as you start closing it, it'll clap.
Oh fuck yeah.
And you'd need a bigger size strap.
This is easy as a motherfucker and as light as a bitch.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah, bro,
it was shocking how light it was.
This is light as a
Yeah.
motherfucker, dude.
No, and bro, so like, if you wear a Rolex to play tennis and you're Nadal or you're Federer, this is something you should notice next time if you ever watch tennis. Federer is sponsored by Rolex. Nadal is sponsored by Richard Mille. When Federer is getting on the court, he has a Rolex on, but before he swings his racket, they take the Rolex off and he gives it to whoever's there. Nadal steps on with his watch.
Like
because,
nothing.
Because, I'll explain you why. A Rolex cannot take the G-force. You listening, Joe?
Yeah, 100%.
So a Rolex can't take the G-force of that athlete's swing, but these are made to take the G-force. Like a Rolex, the springs the movement will blow up if he wears it playing tennis.
So he literally has, but they've built it and they've done it to the point where they
This
know the
is-
scientific fucking G-force.
This
to
is the
hold it.
rich athlete's watch, bro. They're not
fucking
meant for dressy people. They're meant for like the young entrepreneur who dresses like us.
All
Really,
right.
to me.
Let's talk theoretical here. Let's say a week from now,
Mm-hmm.
you get Joe Murphy texts you and says, "Yo,
I don't know who that is.
that's me.
Oh,
I need an intro RM."
sorry, bro.
It's okay.
I know Joe. I know.
I need an intro RM. Where are you pushing me towards?
The intro RM is an RM10. It's around $100,000 today, depending on the case metal. I would tell you not to buy an RM10. I would say go RM30, which is the next step up, just because the size on your wrist it'll look just like the Rolex. It's 40 millimeter, the size. I think out of Richard Mille, you want bigger on your wrist. Like the bigger it is, like
It's a presence piece too.
Yeah, it's a presence piece.
Anybody that says they're spending $100K on the watch and doesn't give a fuck about the presence, they're full of shit.
Yeah, I want to say most of the. Yeah,
You're full of. You're
they're
spending
full of
100K
shit.
on a watch. You're
Even
full of
the
shit.
ultra rich,
You're full of shit.
they do care.
Yeah,
They do care.
Because the
Right.
watch, what it says,
Why are
is,
you
look,
spending that much in the first place if you don't care?
if you don't
Yeah.
care, you'll wear a Casio, and that's really
Yeah.
how it is. Because all it does is we tell time.
They do care.
But at the same time, that watch, just when you walk into a room, it just tells everybody, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
This is what I'm about. So anybody who spends 100K, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're full of shit. RM30, you said what size is that?
44.5 millimeter.
That's kind of my size.
Yeah.
How much do those go for?
Those are like 170, I want to say. 140 to 170, depending, again, which RM30. You can go even higher, but most of them are between 140 to 175.
And these are all retail value.
No, retail you cannot get. You'll be on your knees begging. Yeah. But most RMs actually today, Richard Mille, so Rolex raises the retail once annually. Okay, Richard Mille, quarterly. So their retails, like all of them used to go over retail, but now a lot of them are going under because they're just trying to keep the whole market to themselves. Because as they see Chrono 24 prices going higher, they're like, yeah, we're going to raise the retail now because we're going to keep that market share. Why are we going to give it to these great
people are going to
marketers?
buy it.
Yeah. But so that being said, now a lot of Richard Milles are actually under MSRP because the retails are so fucking high. Like when I started an RM30, the retail was 90. Now an RM30 retails for 225, bro. So like they're just trying to keep all the money.
Yeah.
What's the best way to tell you got a good watch deal in front of you?
A good watch deal?
Yeah.
I mean,
I walk into somewhere.
If you're not me and you don't have 1,000 chats that you're in where there's B2B trading happening every day, all day, and you can't see B2B trading, then the best indication, kind of like car gurus for someone who doesn't have Mannheim, it's called Chrono 24. It's not on the dot, but there'll be like, if you search 126.711 CHNR, which is the reference number on your watch, you might see 50 listings, and probably one of them is on the dot. You won't know which one, but there usually is a nice range there. And like, if you're buying cheaper than any of those listings, you're definitely good.
You're cool.
But that's very likely not gonna happen. But yeah, it gives you a nice indication, bro. And you don't even need to open the link. Like, if you search that reference and just type Chrono 24 behind it, it's gonna show you a range right there before you even click the link. It shows this watch is going from 16 to 19.
And that's it.
And that's it. You gotta make sure you're not buying stupid above that range. That's it.
But you know how many people fail to do simple due diligences like that? With watches, fucking cars, and everything else between. People are shocked when their cars
I guess they
depreciate
have too much
100K.
money, bro. I don't know.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The stories we hear about people like, well, I wasn't expecting to lose 100K on this fucking car. I'm like, well, there's a previous model of it. Look at it 4 years old, and you'll be able to tell more or less where the fuck it's going to be worth.
Yeah.
And people are shocked when they get the depreciation. They don't even know how to do simple due diligence.
You gotta educate yourself
Like the
before you
Spectre.
spend money on anything.
Yeah, like the
You
Spectre.
mentioned the Spectre earlier. People have lost
600K.
three
Bro,
already.
they were a miller, right? When they came out?
Well, like people paying over.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I feel like they were a million. Maybe
I just
I'm
know
wrong.
you can go look at one right now, and you go look at one with like 2,000 miles on it, and it's probably going to be listed for 250 under sticker, for under whatever it MSRP'd for, and then you factor in what the actual wholesale cost was that the dealer probably paid them for that.
Yeah.
They're probably down 300K on
Yeah.
the car.
Bro, and
for
it's
2,000
crazy,
miles.
The difference, like, with car dealers and watch dealers, is that I feel like car dealers buy so much with so much more margin than a watch dealer for some reason.
Because
100%.
there's so many more variables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mentioned with the
100%.
watch, it's like now you're dealing also with, I mean, I know there's like how used the watch is and how many miles are in a car, but all the options, all this.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's also why I'm not focused as much on it, bro. When I started doing it, like, the other day I sold a 765 LT Spider, okay? I made like 15K on it to some friend of mine, and where the car comes, there's this little issue. 6K gone from my margin, right? Like, I didn't foresee
too.
that. You know, with the watch, if it's not real, I'm just gonna send it back. I'm not gonna spend 6K to make it real. It's not real.
Right.
And you're talking about a market that's constant, or not constantly, but generally over a long period of time goes up versus a market that generally over time goes down.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so watches, if you look over the last century, it's only up.
Yep.
Yeah, in 2023 it was like this, and then in 2021 it was like this, and then in 2023 it was like this. But that was just out of the norm. But if you look at the long-term trend, it's only up.
but over time. So holding cars for a few months is a way bigger risk than holding watches for a few months.
all day.
So you got to have that margin to just bake all that risk in.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like the experience. Like, you have guys that fucking know that they open that thing, they know exactly what they're looking at. Same thing with a car dealer. You
Yeah.
want to go to somebody that knows exactly what they see. Like, I have skeleton vision.
You
when I look
should
at this
become a
fucking
car dealer then.
You think so?
Maybe.
Maybe I will.
Why
We'll
not?
see what happens.
Yeah. Supercar Connection. That's a perfect name.
Perfect
for a
name
dealership.
for a dealer. We'll be on the West Coast and we'll do some deals fucking coast to coast, you
Why
and I.
not? Let's do it.
Let's run it up. You want to?
I don't really stock cars, and I get offered. I don't stock cars, firstly, but I get offered a lot, so I just flip them to my friends. Like,
Right.
Jacob buys them. Iluso bought a lot from me. I see you have Iluso plate on
Yeah,
here.
yeah. That's where I got my shit.
Maybe I didn't sell them in 812.
Should we start a
Imagine,
dealership?
you know, the world is small, bro.
It really is, bro. And again, like, you get to a point, you become a trusted source. So if somebody already has a great watch experience, and now you're like, well, I also do cars.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'm gonna have a fucking good car experience. It's the same thing, but it all just builds out the first trust.
They don't even want to build a relationship with someone else. They're busy.
Yeah,
They
why
trust
would they?
Neel. They know Neel. They've sent him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, I'll let him sell my car too. It happens a lot. That's why I opened the dealership.
It's people.
Yeah.
People forget, no matter what business you are, from fucking MPH Club to Supercar Connection to TPT, we're all in the people business. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Clientele's retention of all that shit. That's it.
That's why I like for AI. Like, everyone's like, oh, you should do AI. You say you can't answer all your messages, bro. But like, people want to talk to me, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it is. You're the expertise.
Yeah.
You can build an AI that can sound like you.
Yeah.
And I guess that might be kind of interesting, because I guess the AI, you could teach it to know exactly what the fuck it's looking at, but then learning it's I don't know. I mean, I'm going off on a.
It's like
My tism is hard right
the
now.
one thing I can't delegate is my DMs or my personal WhatsApp or my personal texts, and like, everyone says, do it, Neel. Like, you're not. Like, I haven't gotten to get to zero. I had every day I would get to 0 emails on Hotmail, Gmail. I have 2 WhatsApps because I have 2 phones. I'd get 0 messages there. DMs on all my pages were at 0 every day. Now I haven't, like, since December, I haven't answered people, bro. And, like, I've lost millions of dollars in business. So I should delegate it. It's just hard, bro. Like, that's the one thing I'm struggling to delegate.
What you could probably do is you have a delegation system where they can just surf through the bullshit, and then they bring you like, okay, no, this is actually worth your time, and then you source it. That would probably be the only thing. But you are right. People want to talk to you.
Yeah, especially if they're messaging my phone, because
100%.
Otherwise they would message the TPT page. You know?
Exactly.
Imagine this too, Neel, which we could do this for cars. I'm just thinking about this. So, you know, AI is crazy right now. If I went on ChatGPT and started and I was like, hey, I want to get a watch, but I don't know which one. Ask me all the questions you need to know from me in order to make the best watch, suggestions are going to best fit my life for my budget, etc. This AI could look like you, sound like you, and someone could have a conversation with a watch AI to help them pick a watch, and it's like they're having the conversation with you.
Yeah, I just don't, which is very wrong.
That would be its own experience.
Bro, entrepreneurs need to trust technology and evolve with technology, and that's something I'm pretty old school with everything I do.
I mean, more so just like think about all the people that watch TPT episodes on YouTube and stuff like that, and think like that's something they would just go on the internet and do.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, like it feels like I'm like having this discussion with Neel.
I'm sure will get you into the perfect watch suggestion.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that shit's crazy.
It'll probably tell you how much you should pay for the shit too.
Yeah, it does. No, you can ask ChatGPT
I didn't
how
know.
much should I pay for this model, and it's pretty. It might be more spot on than Chrono. Actually, good you brought that up.
I'm thinking about it, bro, because the thing has access to everything.
Yeah.
It has access to what Chrono has and probably more.
Right.
So think about that shit.
Here's my budget. Here's what's important to me.
It's also factoring in the stuff you don't know as a Chrono buyer, because like Chrono has a 6% fee to the seller, 6% fee to the buyer, 12% on top of the price tag when you check out. Like,
Damn, they're ranking it in. Dog.
yeah,
That's fucked.
there's so much that
it's like
shit
bringing
knows, bro. It's crazy. Like sometimes I don't know how many links are supposed to come on a particular watch, and I ask Chrono and it ChatGPT and it tells me, bro.
It's a safe haven, bro.
Yeah. Or like yesterday, for that paddock situation, I asked ChatGPT what, because he sent me the papers and it was 2007 for that full gold paddock I was telling you about. And I was like, that shit only came out later. So I asked ChatGPT and it said right away, yeah, this watch came out 2015. So I knew like, okay, this got to be the old model that came on the strap.
Good catch.
So many things wrong with that.
Yeah. So it's good though. It's good, bro. It educates everyone, and you want people to be educated so they don't get fucked.
Now
if you're a good person.
For sure. Now I just want to go on ChatGPT and do this experiment with a car.
We'll do it
and
literally
see what it tells me to get.
Right when we get back to Airbnb, we'll fucking do it.
You know what's going to tell me?
Huh.
GT3.
Is that what you drive?
No, we hate on the GT3 a lot, and I'm coming to this realization for some reason that it hit me this weekend in Miami that I think I need a GT3, which is like a hard pivot from my stance.
Y'all aren't Porsche guys? No. Neither am I, honestly, because I feel like the amount of money you spend, you don't get really the exotic look or sound. But the GT3 RS, I guess you do get the sound, and you get the look.
You don't get that sound.
No, but
No, you don't.
It does get it has like an F1 tune to it.
You definitely get the respect.
You get respect
from the people that know.
It's kind of like Vacheron.
It kind of
Yeah.
is. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's a weird little thing. I'm probably known on the line for being the avid fucking Porsche.
He is the
hater.
Porsche
I'm
hater on the
Porsche
internet.
hater. It's just because I have a multitude of reasons, but that's number one reason. If I'm gonna spend $300K, I want to look like this and not look like I'm driving.
I mean, we had a Turbo S. I put I mixed like, it was a lot of tech art parts, and then some of the parts came from somewhere else. I don't even remember where. It was a sick car, but like, bro, an R8's cooler. It looks cooler. A Huracan's cooler. It looks cooler. Like, they kind of feel the same speed. I don't know.
Bro, I feel you. And then there's no sound on that car.
Yeah.
Turbo S is literally a vacuum cleaner, bro. Genuinely.
It's true.
You want to hit the guess questions?
GT3 is definitely different.
I feel like the SF90 is kind of like the Turbo S of Ferrari because there's no noise. But now we're going to change that.
We're going to fucking make flames shoot pretty soon here. If I can't
Well,
wait.
I don't know what Alex is going to do. I told him, like, this shit cannot blow up. Because it's the most expensive car I own.
Right, 100%.
My 765 and that are the same, but I bought my 765 so cheap. Spider,
Bro, I'm
1,000
telling-
miles.
Fuck that car. I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite cars, 765.
Bro, I'll be honest how much I paid. It's unreal. I paid $440.
For a fucking Spider with 1,000 miles?
Bro, look at the spec too. You'll lose your mind. Sexiest spec in the city, bro.
How'd you pick it up?
I bought it in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah.
Canadian car.
Yeah, 1 week before the import duties. Like,
'Cause
because
right-
Trump just
yeah,
changed
yeah.
it. We got the car 2 months ago.
Because right now, there's a lot kind of common going on. A lot of U.S. people are starting to sell some of these Canadian VIN numbers and shit like that.
Bro, but you know the difference? Like, I double, triple, quadruple checked with a lot of dealers. The only difference is that the dash comes kilometers instead of miles. Bro, it's electric. You can click miles. Like, that's the only difference.
Right.
I checked. So.
Yeah, unless you have an old car.
I actually got offered $520 for the car already.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you not thinking of moving it?
No.
And
I
you
want to see
drive
this.
it?
Well, what
It's
is
not about profit for me. It's about buying it safe so I don't lose my ass.
what is the spec?
It's Miami blue with orange interior. On the interior, there's orange paint in the doors. Bro, it's like everything's blue and orange. Like even the wheels have blue paint on like from factory. It's like on the lip, but also in the wheel. It's crazy. Like the back of the wing is painted. It's too much like paint. Like all the options are paint.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy the spec.
Probably a high spec, fucking ridiculous shit. He'll show us
For
after.
440, that is
Stupid.
Yeah,
That
no,
is
we
stupid.
stole it, and I'm open about my cost because cost is irrelevant. You know, as long as you sell someone a good deal, the cost is irrelevant. Even on a watch, I could make 30% sometimes on a watch, but I gave it to you under market, so how much I made is irrelevant. You know?
Very true.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so we got a couple guest questions that all the guests get at the end of the episode. So there's 3 of them. First up is, what's the most overrated car today?
Overrated car today, I want to say the Huracan, bro. No, but it's not overrated. I guess it's just you see too many, or a Urus, like, but they're not overrated because they're fucking phenomenal. They're good cars.
They serve a different purpose than.
Overrated.
I guess the Huracan was built for a certain purpose, and it kind of became this other thing because of its reliability and how many they fucking produced. But they're supercars and super SUV.
They are.
But you see them like they're fucking HRVs and shit like
Yeah,
that. It's-
and in Miami, a Urus is now like a fucking RAV4, bro. I see, like, I drive my Urus, I see 3 more before I get home, and it's like, it kills it for me a little. But
That's why you want that
that's
Puro.
not overrated, that's overdone.
yeah.
So overhyped? You
Yeah.
can think of it that way?
Overhyped. But what is overrated?
Overrated
I'm
or
trying
overhyped? Like, however you want to kind of like
trying to think, bro.
interpret that. It's up to you.
I feel like the GT3 RS might be a little overhyped for I don't know if it's worth 400.
It ain't.
For 250,
It ain't.
yeah, it's a good car.
250, great car.
Yeah.
400, you're fucking yourself.
Yeah.
You're 100% right on that.
Overrated, though, I don't know.
No, you hit it. We'll cap that one. You hit it.
GT3
You're
RS is
right,
a great
you're right
answer.
GT3
It's been
RS.
said before.
Yeah. What's the most
Wait, wait,
under? Sorry, go ahead.
What's the most overrated watch?
I want to say Patek Philippe, Nautilus, or Aquanaut.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately,
That
like,
was your bread and butter, dog.
I sell a lot of them, bro. But I'm being real. Like, I rather you put your money in an AP. You'll get 2 steel APs versus 1 steel Nautilus.
It's true.
I think they're overpriced.
I think the AP looks better too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
for guys like us all day. I don't wear Patek. I have 2. Like, I was gonna wear one today, but bro, it doesn't suit my vibe. Like, it's that's for a finance dude on Wall Street, you know.
Right.
And I don't know. The price point don't make sense. Like, you can buy a steel Patek Chrono for 100K, or you could buy a steel AP Chrono for 45. You know why? Why is that double the price?
Fucking brand and everything else. It's all the bullshit with the car.
Yeah, it's the brand. You know. So to me, it's overpriced though.
I respect it.
Yeah.
What's the most underrated car today?
By the way, a steel Aquanaut on a
Yeah.
rubber strap. You're literally paying for a steel head, date and time. They're 70K today, bro. There's no reason. You can get a Richard Mille for 20 more. You know.
That's very true.
But say again the last question.
The most underrated car today.
For the money, 720S.
You think like me?
200K, bro. That shit, you can make it fly, shoot flames.
Like a
Sounds crazy.
765. You can
The
make it
only
almost
thing
there.
I don't like about McLaren is how hard you got to dig into the brakes for them to actually kick. Because like at a red light, bro, sometimes it's just moving. Like, you think you're on the brake, but it's moving.
Those cars are fucking dialed, and they're problematic and shit like that. But
Yeah, but it's hit or miss.
it is.
Yeah, like
I had one and I loved it.
We had 2 720s, and one blew up, and the other one, 4 years, no problems.
Cool
I
as
put
fuck.
20,000 miles on it.
You got to drive them. I had mine for
Yeah.
like 6 months, and I put like 10,000 miles on it. My shit had no problems.
Yeah, the ones with miles are the ones you want to buy
Yes.
for a McLaren, in my opinion.
So you know what the fuck you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Some more credit,
I've
baby.
owned like 35 cars in my life already.
It's true.
Yeah.
Experience. What's
Yeah.
the most underrated watch today?
The most underrated watch will always be a Rolex Submariner, bro. Because, dude, you get so much out of the money. It's going to last you a lifetime. You could pass it to the next lifetime. It's $10,000. It's money in the bank, too. You could always get your money out.
It's the Audi R-rated watches, in my opinion.
Dude, Audi
like a
R8
blackface?
might be the most underrated car because you could get those for 120 V10 Plus 2017, right? I had one. I'm on my third R8. The best car ever.
You love them like that.
Yeah, dude, the R8, like for me, my first sports car was a S4.
Yeah.
So I love Audi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I had an A5,
beautiful.
so I've always been an Audi kid too.
Audis are fire, bro. They drive like butter smooth, kind of like a Rolls Royce, but
Right,
with
right.
more sport to
It
it.
was pretty floaty.
Yeah, they're floaty.
Yeah.
I feel nice on the road. I don't know. And then like now in St. Martin back home, there's a lot of potholes and shit. I bought an S5. I love having cars that I had previously. Like I try to like, I had an R8, I sold it. Like now I bought another one.
Loop back.
C63, S63. They're all like cars I had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So now I bought an S5 in St. Martin just because I had an S4. Bro, it feels so good there. It feels
Yeah.
like a Ferrari for that island. you
Mm-hmm.
know?
I can imagine.
I have a car in Dubai. I'm trying to get a pista in Dubai soon. Cause places I go a lot, I like to have cars too.
Yeah.
Because without the car there, I don't enjoy.
It's
Right,
not the same
right.
experience.
Yeah.
It's just not.
And renting is cool, but that shit's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come to MPH Club if you're going to rent.
Yeah. Now, I mean, the only car in here that I don't have is the Escalade and that, right? I have no interest in a Cybertruck.
All right, so last question. You got to build a 3-car garage. So you get one SUV, like daily. One car you can choose over $1 million, and then your other car has to be under $1 million.
3 cars, all right. So I will do. I mean, Senna's under $1 million. You can get it under $1 million if you buy it right. So the under $1 million, I'll get a McLaren Senna.
Pushing that one.
The SUV is gonna be a
Yeah, we're
Urus.
gonna let that slide. We're pushing that one.
Pushing.
Pushing,
That
yeah. I mean, they are more like 1-1 right now
Yeah.
plus, but I'm
It's-
sure you can rip a deal, bro.
It's TPT. We'll let you slide. Go ahead. You can throw that down under $1 million.
Because that's like a race car. It's hypercar. It's all that.
one. Since you have a Manheim account,
Over
Yeah.
$1 million, I want to say.
you get to slide
You
it
get
in
to
for
slide.
under.
Yeah, I do have a Manheim.
Yeah.
Bro, over $1 million, dude. I always said I won't buy a Bugatti and I'll buy a jet first. So I don't know. Like,
But this
Can I-
is
can I
this
say
is a
jet?
made up scenario.
okay. I guess.
So you can't say jet. These are cars.
Because, dude, the LaFerrari, for some reason, I love it, but it's starting to look a little dated to me. So I guess it would be like something like maybe the Bugatti Tourbillon, not the Chiron. You know, the Tourbillon.
That's a perfected fucking car.
And I'm
Right,
TPT,
right, you
bro.
got the
That shit would
Tourbillon.
be gangster. And then SUV, I want to say Urus Performante because, yeah, I like the G-Wagon better currently, but like, I go fast as fuck. I drive fast, and the Urus handles the speed the best. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. What do you think about the Chiron and the Jacob
maybe
&
the
Co?
Porosang, bro, because I haven't driven one, so I don't know.
All right, taking a risk there.
Yeah, but from my experience, Urus Perf.
How about the what do you think about like the Chiron and then the Jacob & Co Chiron watch?
I have a friend who has that combo.
Yeah.
He has a matching green Chiron's Pure Sport and the green Jacob & Co with the emeralds all over, the Bugatti Tourbillon.
He's been on a buying spree recently.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I think about it? I think that shit's fucking gangster.
It's wild,
bro.
huh?
You're a big baller if you're doing that. You know?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Bro. Especially those levels of shit. It's not like, okay, I got a Rolex.
I just bought 2 watches off him yesterday.
For real?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He's like, he offers me a watch that's around the same price as this and another one also around the same price. He's like, yeah, they're starting to feel entry level Richard Mille to me. I'm like, bro, those aren't entry level. But I bought them.
Fuck, that's awesome.
He's coming on Tuesday to sell them to me.
Fuck yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
Well,
He wants a Rockstar too, bro. The same one Jacob wants.
this is what's gonna happen, bro. People just want these statement pieces because
Yeah.
again, the bars just keep going higher. Like we talk about, fucking, if you don't have a Bugatti, what are you doing? That's the kind of level with the fucking social media bullshit that's going on now. So the scales are going higher. We're gonna reach a point.
That's why I'm trying
What
to
can
be
we do?
different though. Like I'd rather have 10 Raris than one Bugatti, bro.
Yeah,
and
I'm on the same
every
page as you.
Ferrari drives different, looks different, feels different, sounds like, I don't know. I like variety.
I agree.
It is a bitch though taking care of 15 cars.
I
bro.
can imagine.
It's a bitch.
Service is fucking ridiculous. Like,
Bro, every week I have like I want to say I spend 10,000 a week maintaining my cars. Bro.
fucking awesome.
Like because bro, I let my girl drive my cars. I let my brothers drive them.
Right.
I have a penthouse at the SLS Lux. They valet my car. I valet at work. Bro, my wheels get curbed every week, every fucking week, and I don't say you did it, because bro, it's impossible to know who did it. There's too many people.
I understand
My
completely.
assistants drive my cars. So
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank
you
you,
for taking
brother.
time out of
Yes.
this, bro. I appreciate it tremendously. Again, huge shout out to MPH Club for being our home here in Miami. Supercar Connection, we're out.